Hello, everyone, and welcome to Professional Big Time Wrestling. Great to have you with us wherever you are. I'm Chuck Allen with you at ringside, and all of the action will get underway momentarily, as you can see in the ring right now, from Sydney, Australia, with a combined weight of 486 pounds. Bob Hefner and Al Costello, the Fabulous Kangaroos. And their opponents from Ann Arbor, weighing 218 pounds, Sam Shell. His tag team partner from West Virginia, weighing 230 pounds, John Ruffin. And your referee, Al Thomas, the popular Pontiac schoolteacher in Michigan. And we'll wait for his signal for the bell's reaction. And we'll get our first event here on Professional Big Time Wrestling underway. And now the Fabulous Kangaroos will go through their ritual. They had a very long ritual last time we saw them. This time they keep it short. Maybe the referee asked them to do that before it got underway. And now we get the bell. And action underway here on Professional Big Time Wrestling. Anytime you get the Fabulous Kangaroos in there, you're going to have action. Action, action, action. Bob Hefner takes the first call against Sam Shell. One thing you'll notice about the Fabulous Kangaroos, they tag in and out very quickly. Do a super job. Keep themselves rested. They could go for an hour duration match if they had to with no problem. Sam Shell, John Ruffin have not worked in tag competition that much together. We will wait and see how they work. Beautiful neck takedown by Bob Hefner, who's certainly getting a lot of wrestling information from the pro veteran Al Costello, who wrote a book, 1001 Wrestling Holds. He is the master. He knows them. And Bob Hefner is learning well. Beautiful side face lock by Hefner. Sam Shell, just 218 pounds, picks Hefner up, but Hefner hangs on, squeezing that head with that big arm. In fact, he's asking the referee, Al Thomas, if Sam would like to break that hold and give up. He may leave the ring with a headache. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the next hour, we've got a tremendous program for you. You're going to see the Sheik, the wild man from Syria, in that ring against El Bracero. This will be a match that was videotaped earlier and will be shown to you on this telecast. Also, Am Pro Wrestling, an exciting event for you here on Professional Big Time Wrestling. You'll also see such stars as Bulldog John Kent, Stan the Man Stasiak, Mark Lewin. Great program for the next hour. Don't go away. Twisting the arm of Al Costello by young John Ruffin. Nice takedown by Costello. Ruffin also makes a nice recovery. Twisting that arm. Tag is made. Hefner will come back in. Beautiful arm drop. Twists that arm also about the wrists. Ruffin uses the butt of his hand to put up against the chin. The crowd liked that one. Oh, beautiful elbow on the top of the head. Hefner, a little bit of problem now. Al Costello goes over to say something quickly. Probably, let's have a tag. Nice move by John Ruffin. Been in professional wrestling about 3 years, doing a super admirable job. Look at this, could be one. The referee does not count because Al Costello comes in and interferes. Well, that's what the rule book says, that the referee will not count if another opponent in tag team competition is in the ring. But had he counted, Costello not come into the ring, we could have had an upset. Into the turnbuckles. Mighty smash by Hefner. Now getting back at John Ruffin for the punches that he perpetrated upon the chest. Oh, Oh, John Ruffin giving it to Hefner. Beautiful body slam by Ruffin. 230-pounder. Elbow drop to the chest. Could cover again. Al Costello comes in. Tag was made. Shell in there now against Hefner. Another tag made. Hefner must come out. Nice leg takedown by Al Costello. Got the arm stretch. Puts a fist into the stomach. Puts Shell back on the canvas. Beautiful roll up by Shell. Back into a leg lock. Professional big-time wrestling at its best coming your way, fans. If you just joined us, we've only been on about 3 or 4 minutes. Call a friend. Beautiful arm twist by Bob Hefner on Sam Shell. A lot of picture taking today in the studio. If you see a flash, it's not the fault of your receiver. Beautiful drop kick by Shell on Hefner. He may be little, but he moves around that ring, doesn't he? Arm drag right into the turnbuckle. Sam Shell threw him over by the side of Ruffin as well. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to remind you that if you would like to see professional wrestling coming to your town for any club, civic group, organization, or what have you, you can do so by contacting Pat O'Connor at area code 517-655-2218. That's 517-655-2218. If you'd like to see professional wrestling coming to your town, any civic group, club, organization can do so by contacting Pat. If you're in Canada, it's 514-799-3210. Jot those numbers down. Get a hold of Pat O'Connor during the daytime hours, anywhere from 8:30 to 5. And Pat O'Connor will be glad to answer any questions that you might have concerning bringing these professional wrestling stars to your town for a civic club organization to make some extra money. Hefner is asking the assistance of Costello. However, Al Thomas, the referee, advises Costello not to come into that ring. Hefner taking the brunt of the punishment now from John Ruffin, but he got a little mixing up with Sam Shell as well. Pushing out those legs. And now Ruffin lets him up. Full Nelson by Hefner. Throws Ruffin's head into the top turnbuckle. It's padded, but it still hurts. End of the midsection with a fist by Al Costello. John Ruffin getting roughed up right now at the hands of the veteran Al Costello. Tag was made. Ruffin, Hefner in now. Costello comes back out. Referee says John had his foot underneath the ring rope, therefore it must be broken. Not completely, however. Body slam by Hefner on Ruffin. We get a count of 2. Ruffin did not want to tag, though Shell was ready to come in, coming off with a beautiful elbow smash to the chest. Look at Shell, he picks Hefner up, body slams him. About a 40-pound difference in weight there, but Sam Shell made that look easy. Fist into the midsection. Twists that arm, turns him into the ropes, brings up the knee. Shell is in trouble. Tag is made. Costello comes in. Hefner will come out. A boomerang right into an elbow smash by Hefner. And now Costello throws Sam Shell outside of the ring onto the cement floor here of our studio. John Ruffin comes around to walk his tag team partner back around the perimeter of this ring. Give Shell a little breather. Shell must get back into the ring. If he wants to tag, he could go over and get it. Front face lock by Al Costello. Takes him down with an arm drag. Costello moves in that ring for the veteran that he is. Look out, the big boot right into the head of Shell. Another knee lift by Hefner. Tag is made now. Al Costello comes back in this tag team action. The Fabulous Kangaroos here on Professional Big Time Wrestling. The boomerang, the fist by Hefner on the outside of the ropes. Tag is made now, but Al Costello will hold Shell. Knee into the midsection. It looks like Shell is just about out. The other boomerang up and over the top, and look out, it could be all over. Here comes Hefner, puts that elbow smash to the body. He covers his man. We'll get a count. 1, 2, 3. It's a count of 3, and it's all over, ladies and gentlemen, here on Professional Big Time Wrestling. The Fabulous Kangaroos win another one. They do their Australian cry, the kangaroo cry. Shows victory. Bob Hefner, Al Costello. The Fabulous Kangaroos get another one here on Tag Team Competition on Professional Big Time Wrestling.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Gene Goodson again at ringside here at Southwest Championship Wrestling. We are here for a big tag team match, and you are really in for something, ladies and gentlemen. In the corner to your left be Scott Casey and Wahoo McDaniels, and also then El Mongol and Dale Valentine. And Scott Casey from Amarillo, 235 pounds. Wahoo McDaniel, the man from Midland, at 250, versus El Mongol at 270. One of the biggest, strongest wrestlers that we've ever seen, I think, anywhere in the United States. And Dale Valentine from Seattle, Washington. In the ring right now is Dale Valentine and Wahoo McDaniels. Right in the center, up against the rope. So the referee, Juan Reynosa, says, come on, you got to break. Well, they get off. Look at that suplex. A suplex on the part of Wahoo McDaniels against Dale Valentine. And Dale Valentine, with a tremendous grimace on his face, is out of the ring. Now, he's got to get back in the ring and make the tag before anything here is legal. And now he's trying to. Reynosa is trying to keep Wahoo off of him. So he comes in and they make the tag. And in comes El Mongol from Outer Mongolia against the man from Oklahoma, the University of Oklahoma, from the New York Titans, the New York Jets, the one and only Wahoo McDaniel. Oh, and the Mongol is giving it to him. But Wahoo returns. Wahoo returns it again, and tremendous blows. Whoa, and he's got him the tomahawk. Whoa, the tomahawk chop. And the Mongol says, wait a minute. What is that? Wahoo just back from a tremendous successful tour of Japan. And the tag is made on Scott Casey. And it's made, and Casey gives him a forearm lift there. Now he's got him in a side headlock. But watch out, down he goes, and I think the Mongol used his hair. Now the Mongol has him in a side headlock, working him over. Scott Casey trying to get him into a bear hug there and lift him up, and he almost did, but he's lifting up 270 pounds of pure brute strength, ladies and gentlemen. Scott Casey, got his thumb right in the eye, and that's not right. And now he gives him a chop on the head, and Scott returns it. Scott again, he's getting, well, look at that strength. Look at the strength on the part of Scott Casey. Picked him up for a full body slam. Casey really showing his strength there against 270-pound El Mongol. Now Scott Casey is in the ring. Coming in after the tag is Dale Valentine. Dale at 235 pounds, one of the most traveled wrestlers in the United States. An arm bar, right down he goes. An arm drag, rather. Took him down in a hip lock. Down he goes. Now they're facing each other again, planning their strategy, and sure enough, it's in an arm bar. But Casey has his arm up against the neck trying to break it, and there he goes into a head scissor and a takedown. Beautiful move on the part of Scott Casey. Did you see that? Wow, he had him in an arm bar, and using the leverage that Dale Valentine had on him, used him to come over, get him into a head scissor, and take him all the way down. The head scissor still on. Casey moving slowly, inexorably over. Oh, well, Wahoo just picked up his leg, moved it over. Casey moving slowly over, I think trying to get the tag on Wahoo. Now Dale Valentine locking his arms around the head of Scott Casey, attempting to try to break this head scissor he's got on him. There again he goes. Again he's up, trying to move over, trying to get the pin. Has his head now. Now he got loose. He got loose. Dale Valentine now working him over real good. He's got that look on his face. Watch out, right into the turnbuckles. Now he lifted him up, and he's got him on top of the real ropes. Top of the ropes, and Juan Reynosa saying, Dale, let him go. But another shot, and down he goes. Juan Askim says, no, let's don't do that. Oh, return, and right up on top of there, and now Scott Casey is giving it to him. 1, 2, 3, and down he goes off the top of the rope. Of course, those are illegal. There he goes into the ropes. Come off and far. Well, down he goes. The tag is made. Gave him an elbow to the shoulder. Comes off now. Whoa, gets him. Did you hear that? 1, 2, 3. That's it. Whoa, and Scott Casey got over the Mongol coming in to try to help Dale Valentine. But I want to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, Scott Casey got it up there, and they're still having a hole out there in the center of the ring. Well, I'll tell you, we're going to wind it up right here. Rip Hawk is in there. We'll be back in just a minute with more double excitement on Southwest Championship Wrestling.
The official timekeeper, Harry Black. The referee assigned for this match, the Dean of the Referees, Connie Marker. This match, one fall, 30-minute time limit. Introducing from Nashville, Tennessee, with a combined weight of 520 pounds, the Bounty Hunters. And their manager, Cashbox Kent. Their opponents from Evergreen Park, Illinois, weighing 232 pounds, the Golden Boy, Paul Christie. And his partner from Roma, Italy, weighing 260 pounds, Dominic Danucci. Dominic Danucci.
Ladies and gentlemen, but anyway, we're ready to go with this match. The referee, Connie Marker, explaining to Cashbox Kent that he must stay on the outside of the ring. I personally am very glad to see Dominic Danucci. I know you fans will be glad when you see him in action. He was with me when I was in Australia. He was over there for 6 years wrestling, and was one of the finest wrestlers in the South Pacific, also in Europe. Tremendous athlete, terrific physique. And Bounty Hunter 1. The Bounty Hunters are known by Bounty Hunter 1 and Bounty Hunter 2. 1 is in the ring. Now he tags Bounty Hunter 2, who enters the ring. They do a lot of quick tagging, fans. very rough, but they do keep a fresh man in there all the time. Hey, DiNucci is caught in a side headlock, but he's quickly out of it. He brings Bounty Hunter 2 to the ring, makes a quick tag. In comes Paul Christie, takes over. Bounty Hunter 1 is in there, caught in an arm drag, and immediately smashed to the mat. The tag is made. In comes Dominic. Dominic takes over, spins that arm. DiNucci hanging on to that arm, and Bounty Hunter 1 went for the ropes.
Get over that corner.
Dominic hanging on to that arm, and as Bounty Hunter 2 entered the ring, Dominic grabbed him, makes a tag. In comes Paul Christie. Boy, that DiNucci really looks good.
Get off that rope.
An armbar hold by Paul Christie. Harry Black, our ring timekeeper, just said to me that he thought DiNucci reminded him of Jumping Joe Savoldi. You've got a good memory, Harry. Savoldi was one of the all-time greats, and I'm sure that DiNucci will prove to be the same. Dominic DiNucci twisting that arm of Bounty Hunter 2. Look at that tremendous physique on DiNucci. Bounty Hunter 2 reaching for the hair of Dominic. Into the ropes, a tackle by DiNucci. Whoa, the Bounty Hunter caught him and slammed him. He's kicked off. Dominic is up in a hurry, and the Bounty Hunter backing away. Boy, this Dominic DiNucci really looking good in there. Here comes Bounty Hunter 1.
Get off that hand.
Overhand wrist lock by DiNucci. The tag. In comes Christie again. Christie takes over. Has the Bounty Hunter on the mat. Cashbox Kent has climbed up on the apron of the ring. He's going to cause some diversionary action here. Now the referee is over there admonishing Cashbox Kent. Into the ropes. A tackle by Christie. A punch by Christie. Sends Bounty Hunter to the mat, to the floor. There's that arm drag again. Bounty Hunter 2 got in the ring, but DiNucci is ready to stop him. Boy, what a terrific match this is. Say, fans, you know the Bounty Hunters are the Southern Tag Team Champions. They are a tremendous team, and they're meeting some tough opposition today. Here comes Dominic, takes over, grabs the arm of Bounty Hunter 1. There's a tag, and Bounty Hunter 2 is in there. Look at DiNucci blocking him, grabs him, has him in the corner, but it's a side headlock by Hunter 2, a punch to the head. A side headlock. He brings DiNucci over. DiNucci almost had him pinned. There's the tag. Here's Hunter number 1 in there, taking over, punching DiNucci.
Come on. Hit him, DiNucci.
Dominic with a punch right to the chin. Oh, boy. Man, look at him go to town, this Paul Christie. A punch in the midsection. He floors both bounty hunters. Here comes Cashbox Kent. What a terrific tag team match this is, fans. The bounty hunters now have Christie in the corner, and they're working him over. And they're punishing him. Oh, man. Christie was doing so well there. The bounty hunters are punishing Christie. And Cashbox Kent is working on Christie on the outside. Cashbox Kent is choking Christie, who's on the outside. Boy, this is a tough job for the referee to control all these people. Now, Christie has been hurt. I don't know if he can make a recovery. The hunters have Christie in their corner. I know he wants to get over there to tag Danucci. Whether he can do it or not, I don't know. They send Christie into the ropes. He does make a tag on Danucci. Throwing those punches. Boy, look at this Dominic going to town. Tremendous action here. Christie is back in the ring. He takes over on both hunters. He has him covered, but Hunter 2 getting away. A side headlock into the ropes. He hits him with a tackle. Oh, Cashbox Kent caught the feet of Christie, caused him to fall to the mat. Christie was pinned. The winners of the match, the bounty hunters. The bounty hunters are the winners.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Gene Kelly with Southwest Championship Wrestling. As you hear the bell ring, with me tonight, Fast Eddie Mansfield in the ring. One of the Funk brothers, former World Tag Team Champions, Terry and Dory Funk out of Amarillo, Texas. Scott Casey. It'll be Casey and Relampido Leon, the Lightning Lion. The Funk's getting it on in the ring right now, Ed. Terry Funk tags in Dory Funk. The men obviously work unbelievably well together as a team, being just recent world champions.
You know something? They are the only family in professional wrestling ever to hold the world's title singly. Both of them are world champion. Look at that tackle of Dory Funk Jr. Oh, high hip block by Scott Casey. Now there's a body slam by Scott Casey. He has really got Dory Funk Jr. in trouble. You know, I despise Scott Casey. I hate Scott Casey. You know, if he got hurt right here on television, I wouldn't feel too bad, because Dory and Terry Funk are my friends. They're my closest friends, and they're the greatest tag team in the world today.
Of course, Terry Funk also currently the Southwest Heavyweight Champion. Some controversy about that, but Terry will tell you in a New York Minute that he is the champ, and I got to tell you, he does have the belt. He's in the ring right now in a side headlock clutches of Relampido Leon from Montclovio, Mexico. Leon in at 225 tonight, working on the Southwest Heavyweight champ, Terry Funk. Of course, the Funk boys, the ones that perfected that spinning toe hold, and it's a tough one, Eddie. That spinning toe hold can send a man to the showers real early.
That's it. They won the world's title, both of them, with the spinning toe hold. And you see now, WWA Leon, which is a very much improved wrestler, is really going to work. There's 5 body parts, and he has got the head, you know. And there's 5 body parts, your 2 arms, your 2 legs, and your head. And he's really going to work on Terry Funk, which is the Southwest heavyweight champion, and that is the most prestigious belt in professional wrestling.
Well, I'll tell you what, yes, Labago is a good young wrestler. He's giving up a lot in experience. Funk is an experienced wrestler, and I got to tell you, whether you like him or you don't like him as a fan, this man is a tough, excellent wrestler. Whatever your personal views are, does not affect that. The man's an excellent wrestler, and he's dangerous in the ring, along with the other member of that family, Dory.
That's it. You know, Terry Funk is a wild and crazy guy. You know, he'll spot a buzzsaw the first 2 rounds and beat him. And as he watch Dory Jr. come in here now, they're going to double up on him real good now. That's the way you do it. That's excellent teamwork there.
Well, they double up on him with their elbows while Manheimer was counting, but I got to tell you, that is no help right now to the beleaguered Mr. Lampion. Dory Funk hits a home run. Leon in the grasp of the harrow one more time to the mat.
That is a bolo punch, and Dory Funk Jr. is a master at that, and it will take your head. That's a double arm suplex. Watch this. Whoa! You know, that'd finish the man off right there. That ought to be it. I tell you what, that Leon's a tough guy, Gene. I tell you, look at them. They're working just like a finely tuned Rolls-Royce engine. They know each other's move. Now they're going to work on Leon. They got him going, and they're just staying on top of him.
There's Terry with that elbow drop and smash on the Relampago Leon. Relampago, a tough wrestler, but a young wrestler, and he is against a pro who knows what he's doing. I dare say ex-world champion, current Southwest champion, and once again, he's tough. There's the count. There's 2. Leon kicks out. And I'll tell you what, he's got a lot of spirit, Eddie, because that man's been taking some punishment, but they own him right now.
They're on him, I'm telling you. Look at that bolo punch. I tell you, Dory Funk Jr. is a tough man. He is staying right on top of him. Leon's got a lot of heart. He's fighting back. But I tell you, these guys are just like a Rolls-Royce engine, and they are double tough. There's a belly-to-back suplex. That's it right there, Gene. That's it. That's amazing. I can't believe that Leon has got that much strength left in his body. There he goes on the outside.
Out through those ropes, 7 feet to the floor. Funk's got a hold of him. Oh, my gracious. Tried to atomic, dropping on the floor over there against Leon. I'm going to tell you, when those Funk brothers get a hold of you, one tags in, the other one tags out. It's going from the frying pan to the fire. Scott Casey around it. They're squaring off. Terry Funk and Scott Casey. Casey the lot of the color. Funk says, well, discretion is the better part of valor in this instance. He rolls across the ring. All right, the legal wrestlers are in the ring right now, and that's Dory and Leon. The spinning toe hold, what I was telling you about, I'll guarantee you, it can take a man out of the match.
Look at that dirty, rotten Casey. The Funks had the match won, and that dirty, rotten Casey. You're not supposed to come in to the ring without a tag. That boy Terry whooping good.
Oh, this is a barn motor. Leon, young Leon, after Funk tags in Scott Casey. Now Casey with an arm sling into the rope. Flying drop kick right to the chin. And Funk in, the Funk brother in. Casey drops him. Bolo punch. Dory Funk in the ring now. Body slam from Scott Casey. Leon tags Terry Funk on the side of the ring. They got him going. Action like no one else on television. Southwest Championship Wrestling slings Dory Funk into the turnbuckle. Scott Casey into the ring, working on Dory. Right over in our left is Terry Funk. All right, slinging him in to the flying drop kick of Relampago Leon. Bolo punch. Casey on Terry. Bolo punch. Casey on Dory. Directing traffic, telling Leon to take Dory. Right toward the middle, traffic jam, bang! I'll tell you one thing, if it didn't knock your porch light out, it'll make it very dim.
I'll tell you what, they just ran their heads together at full speed. But look how tough that Terry Funk is. Like I said before, the fans are going crazy. I can't hardly hear myself think. But look at Terry Funk, what a fighter. What guts he's got. He'll fight a buzzsaw, like I said. And I tell you what, that Scott Casey, give him credit or not, he is tough. I've had some wars with Scott Casey. But I tell you what, I hope them Funks hurt that boy.
I'll tell you what, 3 West Texas boys on your screen right now. Casey and the 2 Funk boys, they're all from Amarillo. And that is one tough breed. Leon tagged in. Terry Funk into the ropes, flying drop kick. Relapago Leon on Terry Funk. Into the ropes, flying, oh, gonna try for a pin.
Whoa, what a move that was by Leon. I thought he had Terry pinned. This could be an upset in the making. You never know. This could be a main event in any town and any country in the world. They're going at it tooth and nail, I guarantee you.
Body slam Leon on Terry. Dory into the ring and got him out of it before they could count. Now it's Dory off the top rope into the left leg of Leon. 1, 2, 3. Man Hammer counts him out. A leg pin. Terry Funk, Dory Funk, former world tag team champions in the heavyweight division. And Terry, of course, the current Southwest heavyweight champion. I told you they're world class. They didn't get there accidentally. It's because they're tough and they are good. I'll promise you that. The Funk boys.
That's the reason they're champions, because they're opportunists. And I guarantee you, they took care of Rapago Leon. What a move. He grapevine both of the legs and pinning for the 1, 2, 3.
Back in just a moment, ladies and gentlemen, with more excitement of Southwest Championship Wrestling.
Here we are back at ringside on Southwest Championship Wrestling, and we got action for you. A tag team match. Wahoo McDaniels and Ivan Putski, who will be tangling with the world champion Funk Brothers very shortly, against Tank Patton and Eddie Mansfield, the Continental Lover. We are set for action. Remember, coming soon are the Funk Brothers. The world's tag team champions will be coming right here to the Southwest Championship Wrestling on television. Also, oh, and look at Putski rip into the Continental Lover. I don't think Putski likes lovers.
No, I don't think so. I always say he's the one that men love and women fear. That's my story on him. I don't know for sure. But if it wasn't for that bleached hair in the mouth, I think he'd be out of a job. But he's built like a hunk of granite.
Do you think that Tank Patton re-injured that hand over in Houston when the Giant jumped on it and broke that cast he had on?
Well, if they did, it's a miracle, I'll tell you, because that Giant weighs nearly 500 pounds, so whether you got a cast on or not, he's going to do you some damage. I want to apologize to people out there for what I did, but I just couldn't stand it anymore. I just couldn't see Tully picking on 2 people like that and not getting what was coming to him. But now you got one of the all-time greats, Wahoo McDaniel, and he won't back up from anybody.
Certainly the Super Chief is a fitting nickname for Wahoo McDaniels, because he is just that. Great football star, great high school, college, All-American, All-Pro, great athlete all his career, and certainly All-Pro in professional wrestling. As he backs the Continental Lover, the mere threat of it backs the Continental Lover out of there.
Chief cocks that right arm for that big chop. Tell you what. Whoa, did you hear that? I mean, he's going to blister his hide one way or the other. I don't know what Tully said, but he wasn't talking about Sunday school. I mean, Eddie. Ivan, Wahoo are going to back up from anybody.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a great action-packed match right here on television. Southwest Championship Wrestling, television's most exciting hour. Tell your friends about it to tune us in. There's a tag. And the man with the big gun, the big left gun that's wrapped in that cash, you might say, Tank Patton in there against the granite chin of Ivan Putski. Body of the mighty Pollock. Oh, and look at him rip into Tank Patton.
Right hand blows.
Reels him off those rope, and Tank Patton is the 300-pound Tank Patton, shaken up by the Polish power man. Ivan Putski into that chop, and Whoa, and he rips him across the bugle. Oh, couldn't happen to a nicer guy. As Wahoo McDaniel, Wahoo not happy, decks Eddie to Mansfield across the way. And whoops, and I believe he hit him with it. Was that cast?
It must have been. It wasn't a normal blow. Wouldn't have taken the Chief down that easy. It had to be that cast. I tell you what, I felt that cast. I think just about every guy on Southwest Championship Wrestling's felt it. If you know some people start yelling for Wahoo, they feel like he's in a little trouble. And the man hears these people and he loves them. That's what keeps him going.
The people, Wahoo, Wahoo, Wahoo. And Wahoo responds as man whoops and he catches all over hanging on the one leg. He catches Patton on the way in, chopping him, but Patton drops the Super Chief who rolls and whoa! And here goes Ivan the Terrible, ripping into Tank Patton. The man that's made a whoops. He hit Putski with that cast.
Yeah, that's the only thing that can stop these two guys here is that cast. Now Mansfield, he's going to use everything but the kitchen sink to soften these guys up, and he'll go to no ends to beat these guys. I mean, punches, pounding, kicking, slamming. Whoa, a backdrop. I mean, anything, body.
Look at Putski flip him off. He pushed on. How much power does it? Oh, and that cast down on the back. Oh! Super Chief. And look at the. You're seeing four of the best in there right now, all at once.
How many 270-pound men you don't jump up and kick somebody in the face like that, Joe? That is just impressive.
There's a tag. It's the lover in as Patton holds him. And Wahoo in trouble as the Continental Lover and Tank Patton. And he rips in with that cast. And a back suplex by Wahoo, shaken up, but he's trying to get to his opponent, and Mansfield is down. We have about a minute left in the 10-minute time limit. About 3 minutes left. As Ivan Putski pounds Tank Patton. What a match here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Pandemonium. You're seeing it all right here. Four great wrestling stars bombing away.
You can see right there, Joe, from our vantage point, that he definitely hit him with that cast. He definitely hit him, and that'll...
They're working it, getting the referee turned away, so it gives Patton time to work with that cast.
Takes the referee's attention, and the other one beats on him. Doesn't matter where he hits him. I think he's asking if he wants to submit. But that Pollock doesn't know the word quit.
I agree with you. I don't think Ivan Putski would quit on anything.
The man quit at anything he does.
Ladies and gentlemen, watch out. Ripping into both of them. Both men ripping into each other. Bombs away as Wahoo chops Tank Patton out of the ring. Mansfield out of the ring. Pandemonium. Whoa. Wild and woolly. He has a 20 count as they're trying to get rope. Pandemonium breaking loose here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. And there's the bell. We're out of time. The 10-minute time limit has expired. Whoa.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the ring, get our six-man tag team bout underway. And introducing, ladies and gentlemen, first from Monterrey, Mexico, weighing 234 pounds, arriba, Luis Martinez. And from Mooresville, North Carolina, weighing 229 pounds, the world's junior heavyweight champion, Nelson Royal. And from Atlanta, Georgia, weighing 242 pounds, the WWS heavyweight champion, Captain Ed George. Their opponents first from Los Angeles, California, weighing 246 pounds, Johnny Davis. And from Johannesburg, South Africa, weighing 298 pounds, the magnificent Zulu. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing 243 pounds, Bulldog Don Kent. And my apologies, because in all that, with all those people to introduce, I forgot to introduce George Cannon, the manager of Ed George, Luis Martinez, Nelson Royal. Well, actually, more precisely, just the manager of Captain Ed George, though I'm sure he'll have some advice for the other members of this tag team combination. Okay, a six-man tag. I tell you what, it's not very often that we see a six-man tag in an arena, much less on television. A lot of people looking forward to seeing this happen today on Big Time Wrestling. My thanks, and I'm sure yours, go also to the promoter for signing this six-man tag team bout. Always something up his sleeve to keep us on our toes. Well, Nelson Royal wanted a little piece of Bulldog Don Kent, and finally Davis tagged off to the Bulldog. Kent and Royal lock up in the referee hold. People coming alive. On the move, down goes Nelson Royal a second time. Here goes Kent again. This time, though, he's caught with an arm drag, hip toss, takedown. All in one. Now John Davis, a little bit of a bigger guy, going to come in, and he is going to see what he can do with Nelson Royal. Referee holds side headlock into the corner, tag off to Luis Martinez. Louis in. He's got a hold of that headlock on Big John Davis. There goes Louis. Down goes Davis. Louis on the move again. Davis goes down a second time. And Louis right there with that side headlock. And now let's see what the captain can do. The captain in the ring. Captain Ed George, the people's choice. He is in the ring. And down goes John Davis. Side headlock taken by Captain Ed George. People cheering along at that side headlock as Ed George goes to town on John Davis. Tag off to Nelson Royal. Punch. Nelson Royal going to do a little of that to John Davis. That's what causes the cauliflower ears. That is the move that's primarily responsible for creating those swollen ears, which are the trademark of many wrestlers. Uh-oh, in the enemy territory is Luis Martinez. He's got Kent working on him. Davis, meanwhile, tags off behind him to magnificent Zulu. Haven't seen Zulu for quite some time. Zulu, the proud possessor. There's a headbutt from Zulu. Doesn't put Louis down, though. There's the bear hug from Zulu, and in comes Ed George and Nelson Royal. They break this up nice and quick. Zulu, the proud possessor of one of the most fantastic physiques in pro wrestling. Zulu, we understand, is very much improved. Since last we saw him, we'll have to watch and find out. He's got Ed George in the bear hug now. Nelson Royal and Louis are in, though. They break it up. Boy, this action, I don't know how I'm going to keep on top of this. It's hard enough sometimes with just two guys, but you got six. Nelson Royal in the ring with magnificent Zulu's got his side headlock on Zulu. Zulu picks him right up off his feet, though, and down he goes. Dropped right on his back. Nelson Royal, with a look of amazement on his face, doesn't quite believe that that happened to him. Royal and Zulu. Off the ropes goes Royal. He's caught with a bear hug. Zulu's quite adept at getting that bear hug on his opponents, isn't he? That's about the fourth or fifth time he's gotten that bear hug applied so far. That's a credit to Zulu, because most wrestlers will try to avoid that at all costs. Louis Martinez going right behind the man. Takes him down off his feet. And Zulu, once off his feet, is pretty much helpless. Here comes Louis, though. Bounces right off the Zulu down onto the canvas. Nelson Royal is tagged, and he comes. Into the corner they go. Kent is in now. Kent and Nelson Royal. These two have had quite a series of encounters in various places around the country in the last several weeks. Former tag team partners, now on opposite sides of that ring. I'll have to tell you that story someday when we got a little more time. Down goes Nelson Royal. Over the top of Kent, though. Nice move from Nelson Royal up in the air with a flying head scissors, and over comes Bulldog Don Kent. George Cannon in the corner with a look of approval on his face. There's George Cannon, keeping an eye on things. He's got a lot to keep an eye on. But then there's a lot of George Cannon to do that. George Cannon, probably one of the top 2 or 3 most successful managers in professional wrestling over the years. He has managed more champions or more championship tag team combinations than any other manager has. Currently, under his guidance is Captain Ed George. As a matter of fact, it was just a couple of weeks after George Cannon purchased the contract of Ed George that Ed George won that WWS championship at the conclusion of a hard-fought tournament. Speaking of a lot of hard fighting, a lot of energy in this ring today. 6 top wrestlers. The Magnificent Zulu, John Davis, and Bulldog Don Kent against Nelson Royal, Ed George, and Luis Martinez. Davis in illegally. Referee orders him out. What he did, though, was effective in that it turned the tables and allowed Kent to gain the advantage on Nelson Royal. The referee urges John Davis to stay out of the ring, out of the action. The Bulldog drops Royal throat first across that top rope. Thank God that Royal was where he was and could tag out. That is a rough way to go. Throat first over that top rope. One of Don Kent's favorite moves. Bulldog just loves to use that particular move on an opponent, and that should speak pretty well of the character of Bulldog Don Kent. Look at these two, Ed George and Bulldog Don Kent. Hey, those two names have been on a lot of main events lately. You can be sure that absolutely nothing has been settled between Ed George and Bulldog Don Kent also. Still a lot of hard feelings there. Luis Martinez outsmarts John Davis. Puts him down with a well-placed punch right in there between the eyes. Nelson Royal gets ready, and Davis meets up with Nelson's shoulder first. Nelson in now. After the tag from Luis Martinez, Davis throwing some hard fists into Nelson Royal. Caught him a nice one on the jaw there. Fist, of course, illegal. Knuckle portion anyway. The side of the fist is legal. That is a distinction a lot of wrestlers, though, will go a long way to get around. They'll use that fist, and when the referee catches them, they'll say, oh, no, I just threw the side of the fist. You didn't see that, ref. Drop kick from Nelson Royal, and boy, Davis went halfway across the ring, just about out onto the floor, into the laps of the people at ringside, which I'm sure Ladies and gentlemen, while we've got some time in this bout, while you're watching all this great action, I want to take just a moment to talk to you about the thing that's on your screen right now. We're talking specifically to you members and secretaries of any groups, civic clubs, organizations. If any of you would like to bring big-time wrestling to your city or community, raise those much-needed funds for your club treasury, hey, big-time wrestling is the way to do it. And if you want all the information, talk to the man who's done it for so many people in the past, the man who's raised so much money for so many different groups around the area. The man to talk to, write to, whichever, is Mike Colonis. There's the address and the phone number on your screen. You can write down that address and phone number, give him a call, and you'll be on your way to a truly enjoyable evening when you bring big-time wrestling to your town. Mike Colonis is the man who can get it done for you, and you can reach him by writing that address or calling that phone number. If you didn't get it today, you tune in next week. We'll have it for you once again. Back to the ring, though. Six-man tag team action in progress on Big Time Wrestling. John Davis against Captain Ed George. Davis with a side headlock. George got a hold of him, though. It looks like he's maybe trying to throw him off. Davis. Let's see. Uh-oh. Davis caught with a fist. That punch of Ed George is the most devastating in professional wrestling. You don't have to take my word for that. Just ask some people that he's wrestled, and they'll tell you. Well, we've got, how many? 5 in the ring. Don Kent on the outside. I can't sort them all out. We've got Zulu making some time with his headbutts, though. Ed George is doing okay for himself. Yeah, it looks like your favorites sort of got the best of that particular little situation. Maybe the guys on your screen right now, in that corner anyway, that left-hand corner, will think twice before. Well, I guess they won't. We've got 5 of them in a gift. Kent's still on the outside. He knows when he's good off, I guess. Well off. He's going to stay on the outside. Any new expressions. Kent with some fists on the outside of Nelson Royal. Ed George catches Davis along with Luis Martinez. Double fist from Davis. Boy, that knocked the you-know-what out of him. In the other corner, though, Nelson Royal's in a bad way. He's being double-teamed by Bulldog Don Kent of the Magnificent Zulu. We've got 4 in there now. Davis has had enough. He's going to stay outside with Kent. That Kent is he's a threat, though, in or out of the ring. Bulldog waited for his chance, though. He came in, caught Louis Martinez. Well, gee, we've got quite a thing going on in the ring now. All 6 men. Zulu forced to relinquish his bear hug on Nelson Royal. Luis Martinez got a hold of Kent now, trying to get him anyway. Referee Pat Shane is he's doing a pretty good job, I guess, for all that he's got to contend with here. Nelson Royal caught John Davis, knee left. They've got Davis going now. Nelson Royal does. There's the bulldogging maneuver. Very successful hold, a submission maneuver. Let's see if it does the trick. Yeah. Nelson Royal with a little help from his friends. The winners of this tag team match, the combination of Captain Ed George, Luis Martinez, and Nelson Royal. Super action.
Thrills, my goodness gracious. And guess what? We're going right over to the
great action.
And ladies and gentlemen, introducing on our first bout of the day here on Big Time Wrestling.
You'll give us a proper introduction, too.
From Los Angeles, California, weighing in at a combined weight of 450 pounds, the World Tag Team Champions, the California Hells Angels. Partner from Provo, Utah, weighing in at 232 pounds, Jim Dillon. And our referee for the day here on Big Time Wrestling will be Sal Light. And now we await the referee to give his instructions, and our bout will be underway. In the ring at the present time, the World Tag Team Champions, the California Hells Angels. And they take on 2 very rough and able opponents in the way of Arnold Skolin and Jim Dillon. Something going on in the ring right now between Arnold Skolin and Hells Angel number 1. Some type of complaint registered early here in this bout by Hells Angel number 1. Now they will go through their ceremony of disrobing, and I suppose will be treated for the display of their angel walk sometime before this bout is over. And I have been graced with some of their apparel here, our sports microphone. We await the bell. And ladies and gentlemen, this bout, the first bout of the day, is underway. California Hell's Angel #1 complaining to referee Sal Light that he did not tell his opponents about pulling his long hair. It's Jim Dillon and Hell's Angel #1 in the center of the ring. Hell's Angel #1, using those trunks, was able to pull Jim Dillon to the mat. Now he gets up. In comes Hell's Angel #2. There seems to be some disagreement as to whether they tagged or not, but I believe it was a legal tag. At any rate, we'll wait and find out. California Hell's Angel #2. In steps #1. As Hell's Angel #2 is still in control of this match so far, has an arm lock on Jim Dillon. Now they're to their feet. Now you're going to see this type of harassment from the Hell's Angels as they will use this tactic. That's the big question. If there was a tag or not, I don't know. Now a tag is made, and both Hell's Angels are in the ring. Referee Starlight warns that you must leave the ring after you make a tag. It's Hell's Angel #2 in the ring with Jim Dillon. Now a tag was made. Let's see what happens. The referee says there was not a tag. And of course he didn't see it, so what he doesn't see he can't rule on. He says there was no tag, so Jim Dillon remains in the ring with Hell's Angel #1. This is the type of thing they like to use. They like to harass their opponents and the referee and the people so that they can confuse everyone. And they do just that. Jim Dillon taking quite a pounding right now from the California Hell's Angels. Double arm chop. Ooh, and he hit the mat hard. A tag is made this time. Arnold Skolin is in the ring. Arnold Skolin really putting it to the California Hell's Angels. One is out of the ring. The other is down on the mat. In comes Hell's Angel #1. He's back through the rope. Hell's Angel #2 now jumping out of the ring. As Arnold Skolin made quick work and getting rid of the California Hell's Angels. Arnold Skolin really bringing this bout alive. And now, according to referee Starlight, it will be California Hell's Angel #1 coming in against Arnold Skolin. Skolin stepping very near the corner rope. He backs off now. And Hell's Angel #1 steps back to have a conference. Now he's ready. Into the referee hole. Onto the ropes they go. They'll call for a break now. Let's see. Hell's Angel #1's complaining about hair pulling. This is California Hell's Angel #1's favorite lines about his hair. Standing wrist lock by Arnold Skolin. In comes Hell's Angel #2, and he belted Arnold Skolin from behind. Skolin's in trouble. Referee calling for a break. Hell's Angel #1 refusing to break for any length of time. Of course, the referee threatened disqualification, and he stepped back, but in the meantime, here's #2. Hell's Angel #2 has Skolin in trouble. And they're throat of this Arnold Skolin. He hasn't had an opportunity to have a breath in that ring. They've kept this referee busy. And in the meantime, they are doing lots of damage. The double teaming of the California Hells Angels, I would say, well, it's won them many bouts. They are successful at it, but it's hard to see it, even though it's before your very eyes. They have done much to put away this Arnold Skolin, pounding away, kicking him, choking him. In steps Hell's Angel number 1. He rakes those fingers across the eyes of Skolin. Now the tag is made. In steps Hell's Angel number 1. Before he leaves, Hell's Angel number 2 had to put those shoes into the midsection of Skolin. Now a tag is made in the corner, and in steps Jimmy Dillon. In steps Jimmy Dillon. Oh, and he drives the Hells Angels' head right into that turnbuckle. Now another tag is made. The Hells Angels are in control now. And it happens just that fast, so fast. It's hard to keep up with these rough and rugged California Hells Angels. A body slam, he's up on, he's down. A 3 count could be, it is, and it's all over. And ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the fall of the match, the California Hells Angels.
Ladies and gentlemen, here with me the Fabulous Blondes, Eric Embry, Ken Tim, and they will be also on that next arena program that you hear everybody talking about. That happens on May the 26th. That's a Saturday night.
Right now, our main concern is Tony Falk and beautiful Bobby Fulton. Hey, we know you've been training together. You think it's a big secret, but we know. Hey, no secret to you, brother. We've been training with the sheep herders. Tell them, brother.
Hey, that's right, C-Stack. When you told the people, you don't have to tell them who we are because everybody out there knows the Blondes is a household word, man. You forgot to say one thing, that we are the Southwest Tag Team Champions. That's right, we're claiming them. We're the champions. We've got a match with this Bobby Fulton and Tony Falk. Hey, I beat you. I bet you laying Fulton all over the state of Texas, man. And you all think you're tough. You've got Falk that you've been training with. We're going to show you right here, right now, Fulton. I know you can hear me. We're going to show you right now just how tough we are. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Fabulous Blondes going to the ring. Tony Falk, Bobby Fulton's there. So let's go to the ring with our referee, George Stevens. There's the bell. Tony Falk, Bobby Fulton. Fulton, the current reigning USA Junior Heavyweight Champion. I don't know where the Fabulous Blondes get the idea that they are the Southwest Tag Team Champions unless they know something I don't. Fulton starts it out with Timms. Over the top goes Tim. Hip toss by Fulton, and the fans love it. Ooh. Side headlock. You can see the neck brace still on the neck of Bobby Fulton as he's suffered that injury when his head was pile drived into the chair by Eric Embry. Now it's Tony Falk against Timms. Over the top goes Falk. Elbow by Ken Timms knocks him down. Oh, he wasn't there that time. Falk holding on to the head of Ken Timms. Don't forget, coming up still here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, the Egyptian Mummy. Embry gets high in the air and knocks Falk down. Reversal. Oh, Embry sees Fulton over there. He doesn't want to be in when Fulton's in the ring. Fulton tag in and Embry bails out. And that shows you right there. Eric Embry wants no part of Bobby Fulton because he knows that Fulton has been saving something for him. Look at Fulton. Hey! The USA Junior Heavyweight Champion put on a few good moves right there. Side headlock on Fulton by on Embry by Fulton. There's a tag. On the middle rope is Falk. He's the legal man in the ring. Guys in with that elbow. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas. Oh, a hair pulling there by Embry. There's a tag. Tim's in the ring against Falk. Twist to the arm. Over goes Timms. Falk dives into it. Tag. Did he make it? No. He did not make the tag. Here's the tag on the other side. Bobby Fulton in. Falk holds Timms long enough for Fulton to get in there and do a little damage. Tag the other way. Embry. Embry is going to come off that rope. He saw Fulton. Now they waylay it out. Oh, down goes Embry. There's the tag. Embry wants out there in a hurry. Eric Embry wanting no part of Bobby Fulton. Fulton down on one knee. Tim trying to power him down. Nice flip off the ropes there by Fulton. Oh, Tim thought he was smart, and about that time Fulton drop kicked him. Fulton going high in the air looking for a victory roll. Can he do it? He's up on his shoulder. Look at this move. What a move that was. Little punching there. Embry is tagged in. Falk is tagged in. Oh, this is getting exciting. Embry with atomic drop. Embry tags out to Timms. Embry whips Falk across the ring. Oh, they were going to clothesline him. Over the top of the referee goes Bobby Fulton. Fulton over the top of the referee. All four men getting into the action. Embry on Falk, Fulton on Tim. Oh, Embry takes Falk, throws him over the top rope. That's going to be a disqualification. Embry and Timms are going to lose it, but they've got what they want. 2-on-1 against Bobby Fulton. Fulton being held in a full Nelson. Embry coming around. Embry looking for a chair. He finds one. Embry goes to the ring. He has a chair. Lays it into the center of the ring. He's going to try to power drive Bobby Fulton. He takes a brace off the neck. Can he power drive him? Fulton flips Embry. Into Tim. A drop kick. Embry flips Tim right into the chair. Down goes Fulton. Oh, it turned around. They battling it out. Falk trying to make his way back into the ring. Falk has the chair. It goes for Timms. Timms gets out of their way. Embry sees the chair and he bails out. Bobby Fulton, Tony Falk. The winners by disqualification, and the fans go wild here at the Junction.
Hey, that's right, man. Hey, let's show what I did to Rick the Stick and what we did to the Rock and Roll Express, man.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take you to event number 4. First, you'll see Eric Embry against Rick the Stick, and then the Fabulous Blondes against the Rock and Roll Express. Here it is.
We pick up the action in a special challenge match where Rick the Stick has challenged Eric Embry. $100 for every minute that Stick stays in the ring against Embry goes to the favored charity of Rick the Stick. And you saw Embry coming off that rope. He missed that head dive. Stick grabs him by the hair, slams it into the ring. At this point in the match, they've been in there about 3 minutes, but Rick the Stick spent about 2 minutes and 40 seconds of that outside the ring running from Eric Embry. Oh, Embry drops him back. The Fabulous Blonde, Eric Embry, has Rick the Stick down the bad way now. He stomps him again. Embry with those boots to the head of Rick the Stick. Embry keeps putting the boots on. Rick the Stick rolls close to the ring, and I had to help him out. He was getting beat too bad, and it was just a matter of time. Embry's not satisfied. Embry comes out, shoves me out of the way, and then here he comes back with Rick the Stick, rolls him up underneath that bottom rope. Eric Embry going for the pile driver, and this will be the end of Rick the Stick as he drives that head into the mat. Embry's going to cover him up. The referee is going to say 1, 2, 3, $430 to the Stick's favorite charity. He gets beat. Pick up the action from the event number 4 with the Southwest Tag Team title on the line. The Fabulous Blondes, Eric Embry and Dan Greer, the champions, defending that title against the Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson, Ricky Morton. It's Gibson in the ring now with Eric Embry. Embry holding onto that leg. Outside the ring, it's Gibson trying to reach over to get Ricky Morton to tag in. And he rolls over, and here comes Ricky Morton over that top rope. On the other corner, it is it's still Embry in the ring. Looked like Embry was going to tag out to Greer. And it is Greer. Drop kick. Nice move by Ricky Morton. He has Greer covered up. 1 count. Morton with the snapmare has Greer down. Morton dives in there with that fist. Eric Embry on the left. Robert Gibson on the right. The referee is George Stevens. You see the tremendous crowd in the background. Pulls Embry over that rope. Here comes Gibson in. All 4 men getting the action. The Blondes' heads slammed together by the Rock and Roll Express. Morton goes over. He has Embry. Gibson has Greer. Atomic drops and they fly into each other, and the Blondes are down. Legal men in the ring. Very important to remember this. It's Embry and Morton. Down goes Greer. Down goes Morton. Embry is on top of Morton. Here's the referee counting. All 4 men down. But the legal men in the ring were Eric Embry. He was on top of Ricky Morton. Gibson was on top of Greer, but that doesn't make any difference. They weren't even supposed to be in the ring. The referee, George Stevens, will be going outside, getting the Southwest Tag Team title belts, and the Fabulous Blondes, the winners.
Well, Eric Embry, you and Dan Greer are still the champions. Where's Rick the Stick at, man? Exactly what I said was going to happen to you. Rick the Stick happened, boy. You were dropped on your head. Back to DJ. Hey, who's got the belts, Rock and Roll Express? Ricky Morton, Robert Gibson. You just couldn't get the job done because you're not good enough. I said it. I believe it. And that's the end of the day. Now they got 2 more geeks trying. Hey, they say they want a championship match. Hey, the Blondes don't dodge anybody, baby. If they beat us on TV, we'll give them a championship match because we're not afraid of anybody, are we? Hey. Trained by the Sheep Raiders and the Warlord, baby, the best-looking team in professional wrestling. The Southwest Tag Team Champions, Pally. Let's go to the ring now, and let's just show these boys what they got themselves into. Woo!
The Fabulous Blondes now making their way to the ring where they'll take on Chicky Star and Tony Falk. Let's go there and pick up the action. Referee George Stevens is in the ring. There's the bell. See who's going to start. Chicky Star with his new USA Junior Heavyweight Championship belt. Takes it off. Chicky Star starts again. Eric Embry, the man he defeated for that USA Junior Heavyweight Championship. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling, coming to you from the Junction, San Antonio, Texas. Steve Stack here at the ringside. Embry bails out of the ring. Still a lot to come here on Southwest Championship Wrestling, so don't go away. And remember, if Southwest Championship Wrestling comes to your town live, check out the whole family. I know they'll enjoy a night with the professionals from Southwest Championship Wrestling. Body slam. Embry picks him up, slams him to the mat. Chicky Star moves out from underneath Eric Embry. Oh, Chicky Star going up, get all the leverage going his way, and he just takes Dan Greer down. Chicky Star bouncing off the rope. Over the top of Greer he went. Got up there, tried to scissor the head of Greer, got him down, then drops that elbow in there. Has Greer up, slams him to the mat. Chicky Star, the new USA Junior Heavyweight Champion from Puerto Rico. Tags out, in comes Tony Falk. Falk with a side headlock on Greer. Oops. Falk holds on. Looks like Greer grabbed the hair of Falk, tried to pull him, but Falk held on to the head. Tag. That's right, it was a tag. Embry comes in, tries to turn it around, but Tony Falk was ready for it. Oh, Embry gets those knees up as he cut. Falk coming into the corner. Backflip. Dan Greer flipping Tony Falk. There's the count. 2 again. Tag the other way. Eric Embry in the ring. Elbow knocks Tony Falk down. Dan Greer back in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we've got a break for a commercial right now, but we'll be back with the rest of this match right after this. Well, you haven't missed too much as we've kept the cameras running for you. Eric Embry is tagged in, and they still have Tony Falk in the ring. The Fabulous Blondes, the Southwest Tag Team Champions, in the ring against Tony Falk, Chicky Star. Tony Falk with another one to the midsection of Eric Embry. There's one to the side of the jaw, but Embry stays right with him, takes those fingers, rakes them around the area of the eyes. Two-on-one, backflip, down goes Tony Falk. There's a kick. Tony Falk tags out, in comes Chicky Star. Chicky Star knocks down Dan Greer. Chicky Star catches Greer off the rope, flips him in the air. Oh, Eric Embry reaches in and snatches Chicky Star. Here comes Tony Falk in to help out as all 4 wrestlers are in the ring now. Greer with a knee to the back of Falk. They kick Falk out onto the concrete floor. Eric Embry is going after Falk. Eric Embry is going to try and power drive Tony Falk on the concrete. He has. Eric Embry has power drive Tony Falk on the concrete. Falk is hurt. Here's the tag. As Embry now tags in. He is power drive Falk out onto the concrete floor. Brett Sawyer has come out to help out Tony Falk. Chicky Star's over there reaching for a tag. There's nobody there. Nobody there. Chicky Star going to have to go it alone. Brett Sawyer had come out, has taken Tony Falk back to the dressing room, but it's Chicky Star, 2-on-1. Chicky Star may have the upset. No. Embry come in and kicked him off. Brett Sawyer's coming back. Chicky Star has reached out to tag out. There's nobody there. But Sawyer is out here yelling, trying to get the crowd up. Embry has spotted Sawyer over here. Embry suplex. drives it over the head. Down to 2. Chicky blocks it. Embry is down. Greer comes in. Chicky Star trying to battle him out with both of them as his partner, Tony Falk, has been pile drive, taken back to the dressing room. Chicky Star ducked underneath. There's a drop kick. Chicky Star, he tags out to Sawyer. Brett Sawyer's come in. Takes the head of the blonde. Oh, slams them together. Does it again. Double drop kick. Stomps the head of Embry. Kicks Greer. Embry in behind. Chicky Star's come back in. Chicky Star going after Embry. Brett Sawyer bouncing Greer off the rope. Picks him up for a power slam. He just won with this a while ago. And he pinned Dan Greer. Brett Sawyer helping out Chicky Star as they take care of the fabulous blonde.
And we almost had a match before the bell even rang. Fans, this event, 2 out of 3 falls with a 1-hour time limit. From Germany, weighing in at 295 pounds, the master of the claw hold, Baron von Raschke. From Texas, Sweetwater, Texas, weighing in at 305 pounds, Black Jack Mulligan. And from Atlanta, Georgia, 250 pounds, the rebel rouser, Ray Stevens. Their manager, pretty boy Bobby Heenan. In the opposite corner, from Madison, Wisconsin, weighing in at 275, sailor Art Thomas. From Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at 254 pounds, the Crusher. And from Reno, at 255, the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is a 2 out of 3 fall tag team match. And we will carry as much of it as time will allow to the duration of our telecast. The referee is trying to go over some of the rules. I'm sure any rules will be broken tonight in this match. What the referee's trying to do is to get 2 men on the outside. 2 men must be on the outside, 1 man of each team in there, and we're about to get underway. There's the bell. And it's the Crusher. And he's starting the action against Black Jack Mulligan. Wait a minute. Hey, fans. Here.
Hasn't even run yet, and they broke every rule in the book already. How can they get away with this repeatedly? Can you tell me that?
Fans, Black Jack Lanza is sitting at ringside watching the matches, and I'm sure he will be commenting from time to time. He's already found fault.
Yes, I want to tell him the exact truth for a change instead of listening to you.
It's Ray Stevens in there now, and he's going to start the action with the Crusher. And Stevens takes over on the Crusher, working on the eyes, throwing punches at him, and he shakes him up. He's choking him now. He's choking him, but the pressure comes right back. The Crusher hanging him with that chokehold. Stevens goes back and tags Baron von Raschke. This is the first fall of a 2 out of 3 fall match. And we repeat again that we'll carry as much of it as the time of our telecast will allow. Oh, a nice comeback by the Crusher. He shakes up the Baron. Pretty boy Bobby Heenan calls a council of war. On the outside, Baron von Raschke and the Crusher. The Baron forces him back against the ropes, throws a hard smash, and the Crusher spins him around and hits him back. He kicks him to the midsection. A flying mare by the Crusher. A jump to the midsection of the Baron. Here comes Dick the Bruiser. And the Baron takes off. Jack Lanza, it would certainly appear evident that your teammates are afraid of the Bruiser.
I wouldn't expect you to say anything of the like. But let me tell you something. This is pure strategy on Bobby Heenan's part.
Part of the defensive strategy.
The battle will sway in our direction immediately.
It's Blackjack Mulligan. Wait a minute. Mulligan has reached for something inside his trunks.
You know something? I've heard you mention this before about myself and Mulligan. A man can't even pull up his trunks and you start saying something like that?
Heenan is on the outside, sending signals to his wrestlers. Dick the Bruiser has Mulligan. He crashes him into the turnbuckles. And now he's got him by the head. He smashes him into the turnbuckle again. And the fan just going wild with excitement. Into the ropes. A tremendous backdrop by Dick the Bruiser. And he's holding Mulligan. Oh, wait a minute. The Crusher was about to jump off the rope, and Ray Stevens got in there and broke that up. He worked on the eyes of the Crusher. Here's Lanza again.
Exactly how I got my leg. Did you see that move right there? That's exactly how it was. 2 against 1. You call that professional wrestling?
Here's Heenan.
There is the example, Menaker. Did he try a wrestling hold? No, he tried to break the man's leg.
Here's Dick the Bruiser twisting the hand, the fingers of Blackjack Mulligan. And, oh, wait a minute. They have him back in the corner. And all 3 of them working on him in the corner. They're choking Dick the Bruiser. They're choking him there. The referee sending the other ones back. Oh, what a beating the Bruiser's taking, but he's tough. Something's going to happen here. And now, Baron von Raschke has the tag team rope around the Bruiser's throat. He's choking him, and Ray Stevens kicks the Bruiser in the midsection repeatedly. Mulligan has that rope around the Bruiser's throat. The Baron is kicking the Bruiser. But the Crusher is in there now. He throws a punch. He slams the heads of Von Raschke and Stevens together. The Bruiser is out of it now. Mulligan grabs the Bruiser. Oh, he ducks. And Von Raschke punches Mulligan. And now the tide of the battle has turned. And the Bruiser with a big backdrop drops the Baron. Now watch this. Oh, wait a minute. He wanted to jump on his leg, but Ray Stevens got in there and broke it up. Dick the Bruiser in there against Von Raschke.
These men are animals. They're insane. They should be not in professional wrestling. And you tell me these are the people champions? These are their champions? We're the champions. They shouldn't be in professional wrestling.
You just heard again from Blackjack Lanza. Now it's Dick the Bruiser in there with Ray Stevens, and Stevens working on the Bruiser's eyes. He's gouging at his eyes. Oh, he punched the Bruiser. But that doesn't phase the Bruiser one bit. The Bruiser's getting madder and madder. Something's going to happen here. There's going to be an explosion. And the Bruiser is after Ray Stevens, and Ray Stevens is backing away. And the Bruiser kicks him in the midsection. Look at him go to town. They're all in there now. He throws Ray Stevens out over the rope. I mean, it's getting wilder and wilder. Von Raschke punched the Bruiser. It didn't phase him one bit. There's the tag. Here comes the Baron. The Baron is in there. And Mulligan holding him. Mulligan holding the Bruiser while the Baron punches him. And again he ducks. And now he takes over. He slams their heads together. Dick the Bruiser going to town. Now the Crusher has Ray Stevens. The Bruiser slams the Baron into the turnbuckles. Boy, what a wild tag team match this is. They slam them together. A punch. The Bruiser is after Von Raschke. Another big smash. He takes over. He punches Von Raschke. Now he crashes him into Mulligan's head. He slams their heads together. It's all Dick the Bruiser now as he takes over. They send him into the ropes. A big double backdrop. Dick the Bruiser climbs that rope. He jumps. And Von Raschke's got him covered. 1, 2, 3. And it's all over. The first fall of the match is over. And the winner of the first fall is Dick the Bruiser. Dick the Bruiser winning the first fall. Heenan is arguing with the referee. The first fall of this match is over. It's a 2 out of 3 fall match. And the winners of the first fall, Dick the Bruiser. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's all the time we have. I'm glad we got you the first fall. The match will go on after the rest period, but we must sign off. We thank you for being with us. We'll be back next week with more All-Star Championship Wrestling on television.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, championship action on professional big-time wrestling. Absolutely. What a fantastic hour. Terry Sullivan. We have the Sheik and Dory Funk against Bulldog Kent and Stan the Man Stasiak. And you can hear all of the noise in the background as they're making their entrance. Let's make the introductions. Terry, go ahead.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first from Amarillo, Texas, weighing 260 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, Dory Funk Jr. And his tag team partner from Syria, weighing 242 pounds, the Sheik, accompanied by his manager, the Palestinian brain, Eddie Creechman. And their opponents first from Buzzard Creek, weighing 300 pounds, Stan the Man Stasiak. And from Indianapolis, Indiana, 243 pounds, Bulldog Don Kent, accompanied in the ring by their manager, Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman.
That's absolutely correct, Terry Sullivan. What action here on professional wrestling today. The heart punch, the man with the heart punch. Stan the Man Stasiak, I know what that feels like. Oh my goodness, that heart punch is brutal. He's in there with Bulldog Don Kent as his partner. Dory Funk and the Sheik. Terry Sullivan, did you think of all of your pro wrestling career as commentating that you would ever see Dory Funk and the Sheik as a team?
Oh, not in my wildest dreams did I ever expect that, but I'll tell you what, we're getting it for free right here on television. I'd pay $25 for a ringside seat to see this match, no kidding. Wow.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. The referee, Al Thomas, is trying to get the managers out of the ring. There you have a father and son team. You have Eddie the Brain Creechman, Pretty Boy Floyd Creechman, and now they're arguing with each other. The Sheik must give his prayers. He's taking off his paraphernalia, his scarf. This is a duration match. At the end and the conclusion of our television time, it's over. Whether we have a decision or not, it's over. The bell sounds. Creechman standing there at the corner. Eddie Creechman at the other corner. A headlock applied by Stan the Man Stasiak on Dory Funk. Oh, brutal punch to the forehead. Dory comes back with one himself.
And there comes Kent into the ring. Compliments of Dory Funk Jr. Look at Funk going to work on him. Wow.
That's getting into the ring the hard way.
I see both the Sheik and Stan Stasiak periodically looking over here at this cage. They know, and you fans know why they're watching this cage. They're going to be inside of this cage, the Sheik and Stan Stasiak. And is that going to be something to see?
Well,
inside this brand new cage.
I felt a little comfort inside this cage, but I don't know. Anytime you have the Sheik, Stan the Man Stasiak, Terry Funk, there's a big door out here, Terry. Do you feel comfortable?
Maybe if you put a couple of locks on that thing, I might. Although they could crawl over the top if they wanted to.
Yes, they could. With their abilities, they could do most anything. Look out, a big knee right into the midsection of Dory Funk by Bulldog Kent. He picks him up in a body slam. And that's why the ring has been sagging in the middle all afternoon. The Sheik is in there now. The crowd is going wild. They love this man in the ring, Terry. I never thought I'd see anything like this in wrestling.
Oh, when I heard about this, I went crazy. I just couldn't believe it, but what a great sight it is.
The news got all the way out to California.
Darn right it did, and they tried to sign it for Los Angeles, and they tried to sign it for San Francisco, but they got it here. The match with Stasiak and the Sheik in the cage. Chuck, I understand the Sheik has his own form of the heart punch. Am I correct?
Well, if he does, Terry, I have not seen that, but it could have happened in the last month or so as I've been away.
If he does, that's got to be giving Stan Stasiak a few nightmares because he sure knows what that heart punch can do to other people.
Oh, absolutely. I think pro wrestling, if you know you've got an opponent coming up and he has something, I think you have something in common. And knowing the Sheik as well as you and I both know him, I'm sure he's something.
Of course, there's the ever-present fear of the fire whenever the Sheik steps into the ring.
Oh, and once again, that big elbow smash to the underneath the chin of Bulldog Kent. And the Sheik pounds the head down of Stan the Man Stasiak. Has finally made contact with him. He continues to pound the head of Stasiak.
Here they come. They're coming towards the cage. Look out. Watch out. We're getting out of here. The Sheik and Stasiak coming after that cage. Stasiak is on the inside. The Sheik on the outside trying to get in. Stasiak wants out. The Sheik wants in. We're in a horrible position here.
I don't know how to get out because they blocked the door.
We can't get out. The door's jammed shut, I think.
Wants to climb up to the top, but he climbs the top.
He's coming over the top.
The top man stands.
Uh-oh, here comes the chair. Watch out, let's get out of here. The Sheik is aiming that chair at Stan Stasiak.
Oh, Bulldog Kent, look at the action on the floor as well.
And watch out, Stasiak is getting near us. Maybe he thinks the Sheik won't throw it if he's behind us. Come on, don't get behind us.
The man's a maniac.
The man Stasiak can be put in that same caliber as being a maniac.
Well, there comes the chair.
The Sheik is all the way to the top of the cage. We do not have a monitor. I don't know what you fans at home are seeing, but don't take your eyes off the television screen.
This is the brand new reinforced cage you're going to see these two inside of.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's action going on the floor, as well as what you can see. Dory Funk and Bulldog Kit are fighting. The Sheik is standing on the top railing. Stand the man Stasiak is inside the ring. Our time is expiring, Terry, and this is a duration match. Our time is up. And we're going to get the Sheik and the Stasiak.
To have a Southwest Tag Team.
No. The 30 days is not up right now, and Ken Lucas is not here. And where does the championship belts go, fellas?
Right around our waist, Mr. Carson.
Get them out here right now. That's what we want. We want to be presented the belts. It's a little bit of late Christmas present, and we got them.
You know, nobody told Ken Lucas to put his tights on, step in the ring against the greatest team in the Southwest area today. He made the mistake. He paid for it. Where's our title?
What about the hospital? Where's he?
You ain't getting nothing for free, brother. Myself and Ken Lucas had to work hard for these belts, and I'm telling you that right now. If you want to get these belts, you ain't going to get them without a fight. You just come to the ring, I'll fight both of you. The 30 days is up. Come on down here.
There you have. He said he'd fight both of
us. All three of us?
1 on 2.
Hey, that's like taking candy from a baby. Come here.
That sounds fine with me.
Steve, it's official. This is a title match.
It's a title match. Come on, fellas. Come on.
Well, Ricky Morton has come out here as the grapplers questioning the 30-day time limit. That time is up. Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas have not defended that title. Ricky Morton says, I'll go to the ring and take you both on. Don Carson couldn't refuse that, so there they are down in the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, we're waiting for the bell. As the referee, Jack Howe, is in the ring. Don Carson, his grapplers are really happy now because 2 on 1. Oh, there's the bell. And look here, Ken Lucas has shown up. Ken Lucas has come out of nowhere. As the bell had sounded, Lucas hit the ring. They are going wild. This is for the Southwest Tag Team Championship. Lucas working on grappler number 2. Morton at grappler number 1. The Southwest Tag Team Championship is being defended right now. Look at those big flips. Ken Lucas came out of nowhere. Ricky Morton was going to take him on by himself. Carson was glad of that. He just knew that he was going to win the championship. But Ken Lucas showed up, and mayhem has broke out at the junction in San Antonio, Texas. Carson can't believe it. The grapplers now slamming Lucas and Morton. Oh, what a battle this is. Rick Morton battling it out with grappler number 1. Ken Lucas going some haymakers on grappler number 2. And then drop kick from Morton. The Southwest Tag Team Championship on the line. Lucas Morton are the champions, defending it on the last possible day. As Lucas showed up, I don't know where he came from. Grappler 1, oh, that's grappler 1 is bailed out of the ring. Grappler 2 is bailed out of the ring. Well, Don Carson is taking his grapplers out of here. Don Carson is taking his grapplers out of here. They are gone. Ladies and gentlemen,
Don Carson thought he had a cakewalk, was going to battle Ricky Morton by himself. Lucas showed up. The grapplers and Don Carson decided they had enough. They bailed out, and the referee, Jack Howe, awards the match to Ricky Morton and Ken Lucas, and they remain the Southwest Tag Team Champions. Don't go away, because we'll be back with more right after
Tag team action here on Southwest Championship Wrestling as you look at the Southwest Tag Team Champions at 490 pounds. That's a combined weight. The Grapplers, managed by Don Carson. Their opponents, Rick Quick Draw McGraw from Charlotte, North Carolina, and Armando Guerrero from Mexico, now making his home in Los Angeles. So tag team action here at its best as you get the Southwest Tag Team Champions. Referee Jack House has one man from each team. Let's see who's going to start. It is going to be, well, they haven't made up their mind yet. Give us time to tell you. Don't forget, 2 more weeks in the most popular wrestler contest. Send us your votes, 1704 Blanco Road, San Antonio, Texas, 78212, and vote for your favorite wrestler. 2 more weeks to go. It's Armando Guerrero against grappler number 1. They come off the ropes. They're grapplers of Don Carson. Very skilled. They work excellent as a tag team combination. Up comes grappler number 1 and grabs Guerrero. Whips him across the ring. And an elbow knocks Armando Guerrero down, and grappler number 2 is tagged in. Snap bear by grappler number 2. An elbow, and Guerrero wasn't there. Tag across the other way now as Quick Draw McGraw has made his way to the ring, and he drop kicks grappler number 2. Hip toss, a 1 count on grappler number 2 as McGraw holds onto the head of grappler number 2. Once again, I'd like to tell you fans, for ticket information at the Summit in Houston, Texas for that big World Championship Finals, plus Tully Blanchard against Gino Hernandez. Call the Summit Tickets office in Houston, Texas. That number is area code 713-627-9470, or you can get your tickets at all Ticketron and Ticketmaster locations in the state of Texas. Grappler number 1 back in the ring. Grabs the leg of Quick Draw McGraw. Sweeps the other leg out from underneath him. Dives into the knee with an elbow. There's a tag. Number 2 grappler is back in now. Don Carson outside the ring, telling his grapplers what to do. He cheers them on a little bit. Quick Draw McGraw holding on to the head of the grapplers. The grappler holds on to the left leg of McGraw. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas, where it's Fiesta Week in San Antonio. There's a kick by grappler number 1 to that knee of McGraw. Oh, Guerrero comes over to half out, and across the way, grappler number 2 helps out on McGraw. There's a tag. Grappler number 2 is tagged into the ring. Grappler number 1 keeps McGraw from going over to tag out to Guerrero. Southwest Championship Wrestling is taped at the Junction in San Antonio, Texas on Monday nights. We start at 8:30. If you're in the city, we'd like to see you. The Junction, located at the corner of Blanco and Fulton Road, every Monday night. Slight admission charge, but you'll enjoy the excitement. McGraw really taking it from the grappler. Here comes Guerrero in to help out. Referee steps in and tells Guerrero to get back out of the ring. Guerrero trying to pull McGraw over where he can make a tag, but he didn't quite get him far enough. There's a tag on the other side of the ring now. And it's grappler number 2 in. They are punishing the left leg of Rick. Quick draw McGraw. McGraw kicks him off. Can he get over and tag out to Guerrero? Here he comes. He made it. Guerrero over the top rope after grappler number 2. Forearms across the chest. Whips him across the ring. Somersaults and then comes diving up into it. Dives up into number 1 who come in to help out. Drop kick on number 2. Number 1 decides to get out of there. Did they make the tag? No, they missed it. Into Rick McGraw. Went grappler number 2. Uppercut forearm. Here comes number 1 back in. Guerrero was ready for him. He yells something to McGraw. As all 4 men get into the action now. McGraw has number 2. Guerrero has number 1. Looked like they're going to try to whip across the ring, but didn't get it done. Carson is outside with grappler number 1 as Guerrero backdrop. Grappler number 2. Armando Guerrero and grappler number 2. It's Guerrero has the grappler up on his shoulders with an airplane spin. Around he goes, he throws him down. He's got him covered up. There's the count. It's only 2. There's a tag now. Grappler number 1 back into the ring. Guerrero going for the leg. Grappler number 2 trying to stay away. Number 1 trying to stay away from him. But it's Guerrero coming up with a hammerlock. Tag. In comes Rick. Quick draw McGraw. Over the top he goes, and Guerrero dives right into that left arm that Guerrero was holding. Quick tag now. Guerrero's going over, coming in behind, and he dives on that arm. They're trying to break that left arm of the grappler. Down goes grappler number 1. This time he catches Guerrero. Power slam. Elbow. Grabs him by the hair. Didn't even try to pin him. Throws him into the knee of grappler number 2 who had it in between the ropes. There was a tag across the way, so it is grappler number 2, the legal man in the ring. Rick McGraw has hold of grappler number 1. There's a backbreaker by grappler number 2 on Armando Guerrero. The referee is tied up. Guerrero has enough time to kick out. Looks like Guerrero may have been pinned that time, but the referee was tied up trying to get 1 and McGraw separated. In the meantime, Guerrero kicked out. Guerrero and Rick McGraw going after the mask of grappler number 2, and in comes number 1 with a knee to the back of Armando Guerrero. McGraw is tagged in. McGraw grabs the grappler, whips him into the ropes, drop kick, knocks him down. Tag, in comes grappler number 1. McGraw scissors the leg, down goes the grappler. McGraw holding on to the leg of the grappler. Grappler kicking McGraw at the top of the head. Now here he comes. Head slammed into the turnbuckle. 2 minutes remain here on Southwest Championship Wrestling. Excuse me, 2 minutes remain in this match. It's scheduled for 1 fall 10. Grappler number 2 from outside the ring grabs Rick Quick Draw McGraw. Number 1 is the legal grappler in the ring, and now he goes back after McGraw. Grappler number 1 holding on that leg of Rick Quick Draw McGraw. Dives a knee into the knee of McGraw. Got him up. Oh, Helmet drops that knee, and here comes Armando Guerrero made the tag. Armando Guerrero trying to take care of two grapplers. McGraw's back up. He's with number 1. Armando Guerrero's with number 2. 1 minute to go in this match. McGraw with the abdominal stretch on grappler number 1. Guerrero's going outside. He was going after Carson, but he comes back into the ring. Armando Guerrero battling it out with grappler number 1. Grappler number 2 is having it out with Rick Quick Draw McGraw as time is about to expire in this match. The referee asked for the bell. The referee asked for the bell. There was only 20 seconds remaining in the match, and it would have probably ended up a draw, but let's see. The referee asking for the bell, and I'll have to wait for the decision. He's just going to throw it out, so we don't have a decision. No decision. All 4 men battling out in the ring. They refuse to get out of the ring, so there's no decision. Stay tuned, because one more exciting match coming your way here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this.
Welcome back to Southwest Championship Wrestling. Big tag team match in the ring, as you say, ladies and gentlemen. And I guarantee you, why'd you watch? It's going to be a long one. I'm talking turn out the lights and get in bed with your hat on. Moon Mulligan from New Orleans, Louisiana, and Tank Patton against Dory Funk Jr. and Manny Fernandez. Dory Funk Jr. came, I guarantee you, to wrestle tonight. Dory is, of course, the well-known brother of Terry Funk. You saw what happened to Terry here a couple of months ago at the hands of Tully Blanchard as Tully attacked him with a claw hammer. But we understand he's on the man as Patton and Funk go together in the middle on the edge of the ring. Dory Funk slinging him across. 325 pounds of Tank moving. 325 pounds of Tank goes down. Arm drag. Dory Funk Jr. Tags in Manny Fernandez. Manny got the side head on Patton. Patton he might have well been beating the Hornet's nest with a cue stick. I guarantee you, he got him some problem. In comes Moon Mulligan. He thinks he wants some of Manny, and he's wrong. All the way across off Manny. Big, full. Kind of a cross between a flying tackle and a clothesline. Arm drag. Head scissor. Mulligan on Fernandez. It's happened so fast you can hardly call it. I'm talking these men moving. And not a lightweight among them. Moon Mulligan, 302 from the Cajun country. He liked them red bean and rice, yeah. Goes over and says something to his cohort there, Tank Patton. I know that was going to be a big benefit. In comes Dory Funk Jr., who's still got a mad on him about his brother Terry, and you can't really fault him for that. I believe you would, and so would I. In comes Patton, works on a rib cage of Funk. Now gets him to a side headlock. Tank has got that wrist brace, as he calls it, on the left arm. I think that arm was broke about 14 years ago. But you got to realize Tank's a slow mender. Big top wrist toward Dory Funk Jr. on Tank Patton. Taking its toll, Patton wanting a little mercy, and Funk has none. Looking down the line. Well, there's a good tag. We'll look down the line in a minute. There comes Moon. He's up to skullduggery. Side headlock on Funk after he works on his rib cage. Moon Mulligan. Don't take Dory Funk Jr. lightly, Moon, my man. He has been around more square circles than you may have seen. Or maybe he hasn't. But I have a great deal of admiration for the Funk boys. What are we going to do? A couple of fine athletes. Moon Mulligan at this point, the sitting side head at the mercy of Dory Funk Jr. Gino Hernandez returns tonight on the show. Haven't seen Gino in a while. Wish I could honestly tell you I'd missed him, but he's a good wrestler. Gino is a fine athlete, and he comes back tonight. Oh, Terry Funk in a beautiful move, holds up, kicks a field goal with the head of Moon Mulligan. And Moon finds the strength to come to his feet, but I'll guarantee you at this point he's seeing about 3 of Dory Funk Jr. Well, Mulligan out of the hammerlock, and a beautiful move from Dory Funk Jr. to get that hammerlock. Goes against Tank Patton. As they clutch, Patton drives him to the buckle. Now, you know, Tank better than think he's going to break clean. All the way across. Uh-oh, hello. Patton into the buckle. Over and across the top, backdrop off of Funk Jr. Puts the backdrop on Patton. That famous twisting leg lock. Patton, you made it to the rope just in time, because I guarantee you the Funks came up with that twisting leg, and they'll twist it off all the way to your belly button. Tank Patton. If he doesn't have a look of relief on his face, he should. Uses his forearm. Hip drags Funk. Elbow drops him. Dory Funk. Under Patton, he bridges out. In comes Mullins. I got to tell you this. At this point, Patton and Mullins working together beautifully as a tag team. He uses the foot on Funk. Up and over. Knee drops him. Moon Mulligan on Dory Funk Jr. Bridges out again after a count of 1. Goes for a face lock. Doesn't get it. Ends up with a side head. In comes Tank. Reverse suplex. Dory Funk Jr. gets on Mulligan before he can get out of the way. Tank working to the side of the head of Dory Funk. Into the buckle with his head. Tank Patton stuns Dory Funk Jr. Rolls him, tries to hit a small package. Goes for the body press. And it doesn't work. Over again. Patton gonna try. Got the face lock. Tags in Mulligan, but refuses to let loose. And once again, they work on the rib cage of Dory Funk Jr. Funk off. Big, full forearm. Almost a lifter. Now up to the wrestling boot. Mulligan on Funk. In comes Patton. Patton tries to knee lift him. Now the side headlock. Patton on Funk. Funk trying to get to Manny Fernandez. Again tonight, Casey has signed a contract to wrestle Dick Slater for the Southwest Heavyweight Championship belt. Kaboom! Moon Mulligan says $5,000 to any man who can pin him. Moon Mulligan's got $5,000 on the line in what he calls the Golden Challenge. At this point, he's not in command. He was for a moment. Right now, they're both going against Fernandez. And this, yeah, Manny Fernandez, Moon Mulligan, Dory Funk, Tank Patton, Eric Manheimer. Everybody but the popcorn man in the ring. All the way across. There it goes. Oh, he drops. Fernandez drops. Elbow drop. Moon Mulligan on Fernandez. Moon Mulligan on Fernandez. Meanwhile, outside, 2, 3. Gino, no. Manny Fernandez has pinned the big and thus far elusive Moon Mulligan with $5,000 on the line. But Moon is gone. There's $5,000 on this. Manny was going to have a little walking around money. I'd like to talk to him about this. There's $5,000 on the line, and Moon walked out of the ring. Manny?
$5,000. He said anybody pin him. 1, 2, 3, $5 million. I want $5,000. That's right. 1, 2, 3.
He pinned him. 1, 2, 3, $5,000 on the line. I guarantee he's got to come.
Multiple. Where's his money? He come in here talking. Yo gané $5 million. Yo quiero mi dinero. Where's my money?
I don't blame you, Manny. The man has said for weeks, however, that $5,000 on the line, he got pinned, and now he walks. And now he takes off. He takes a shortcut and gets out. He owes this man 5 big ones. Ladies and gentlemen, the man walked out. He didn't pay him what he owed him. We'll be back with more in just a moment of Southwest Championship Wrestling.
This match, 1 fall, 1 hour time limit. Introducing from Mannheim, Germany, weighing 265 pounds, the European champion, Baron Karl von Kropp. And his partner from Death Valley, California, weighing 310 pounds, the fabulous Ox Baker. Their opponent from Grenoble, France, weighing 424 pounds, the world's largest athlete, Andre the Giant. And his partner from Reno, Nevada, weighing 255 pounds, the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sam Menaker at ringside. And before the referee was even able to give the instructions, you saw Baron von Krupp make an attack on Andre the Giant. Boy, what a man this Andre the Giant is. 424 pounds. He's squeezing the hand of the Ox. What strength. Now both Dick and the Giant sent Von Krupp out of the ring. Now the Giant, Andre the Giant, working over the Ox. Andre the Giant has never been defeated in either boxing or wrestling. He's very agile. He's played soccer. He's played rugby. He's a tremendous wrestler. He recently appeared in a television show in which he played the part of Bigfoot. And right now, the Ox is wondering what to do against Andre the Giant. Andre spins him around, locks both arms. Well, what a big man this Andre is. Oh, boy, a headbutt right to the back. The Giant has both arms of the Ox locked. Von Krupp came in to punch Andre. Andre spun the Ox around, and the Ox was hit by Von Krupp. The Giant has both the Ox and Von Krupp. He hit their heads together. Look at Dick. Oh, Dick punched the Ox. The Giant not having any trouble at all with the Ox. Andre crashed Von Krupp into the corner. Oh, some great teamwork there. Now the Ox and Von Krupp are in the corner, and Andre working them over. Dick the Bruiser has both of them in the corner, and Andre waiting now. He's tagged Dick. Dick takes over. Dick crashes the Ox into the turnbuckle. A punch right to the face. Dick the Bruiser with a big flying mare. The Bruiser works him over. Von Krupp grabs the Bruiser from the outside. He's punching Dick to the top of the head. Now the Ox takes over. They're both working on Dick. Now adjust the Ox. Both have him again. Andre gets in there to help out. The headbutt sends the Ox to the outside. Dick is still in the corner. Von Krupp using a thumb thrust to the throat. Von Krupp works on him. He keeps hitting him in the throat and the chest. now Dick is trapped in that rope. Andre comes around to help out. Dick the Bruiser takes over. He crashes Von Krupp into the mat, hits the ox. Great Dick the Bruiser. No wonder they call him the world's most dangerous wrestler. He's almost impervious to pain. He steps aside. And Von Krupp hit that turnbuckle. Now the Andre the Giant hits Von Krupp. There's Dick with a claw hold. But the ox broke that up. No, he didn't. He clubbed him. Dick still has the claw hold as Andre chases the ox around. What a terrific tag team match this is. Fans, we're going to bring you as much of it as our television time will allow. We hope to bring you all of it. The way that Dick is putting that claw hold on, we might see a finish here. Wait a minute. Von Krupp worked on Dick's eyes. Dick made a tag. Andre in there. Ooh, a beautiful edge of the hand blow, a judo chop. Now Andre the Giant with a body drop across the leg. Von Krupp trying to get to the ox, but Andre won't let him. Boy, what a shellacking this Von Krupp is getting. Wait a minute, the ox grabs Andre by the hair, clubs him to the throat with that elbow bandage. They've got the Giant in the corner, but Dick takes over. He grabs the ox. A punch to the head of the ox. Now Dick the Bruiser getting in there. Going for Von Krupp, but Dick did not make a tag, and the referee sends him out, which leaves Andre still in the corner, being choked by the ox. But Andre gets away, and the ox climbs that rope. Oh, boy. He's caught in a bear hug. Dick takes over on Von Krupp. Has a punch to the face of Andre the Giant by the ox. Dick has to get back to that corner. What a tag team match this is. Dick the Bruiser and Andre the Giant. Here comes Von Krupp on the tag. They both work on Andre. The crowd roaring. They're kicking Andre the Giant. Here comes Dick the Bruiser. Oh, they've thrown Andre the Giant out. Andre the Giant was thrown out over the top rope, and now Von Krupp and the ox are both working on Dick the Bruiser. They kick Andre to keep him from getting in the ring, and Dick the Bruiser has taken some terrific punishment here as both these wrestlers are working him over. How can Dick take it? He's still on his feet. What a tough man. The Giant starts in to help him. Again, the Giant is kicked. He's kicked in the head. And they're still in there. They're still in there working on Dick the Bruiser. He's staying right with them. They're throwing punches at him. The referee trying to get some order in there. The ox keeps kicking Andre to keep him. Outside, Dick the Bruiser has taken this terrific, but man, we're just about out of our TV time. And we must close in the midst of all this action. Our director is Jerry Wheatley. We'll be back with you next week with more All-Star Championship Wrestling on TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're ready to go with the Southwest Tag Team title match as the Fabulous Blondes defend their title against Al Perez and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. Oh boy, what a fight this ought to be. Eric Embry and Ken Timms, the champions. They got their nose way up in the air. They just know how great they are. They've been trained by the sheepherders and masterminded by John Boyd, Manny Fernandez, Al Perez. What can you say about them? They're tough. They've been really kicking some people around in the rings, and here they are going for the tag team titles. Manny Fernandez starts against Eric Embry. You're watching Southwest Championship Wrestling. Steve Stack at ringside. Coming to you from the Junction in San Antonio, Texas, where it's almost fiesta time. Another week. Well, Eric Embry trying to figure out what happened there. Reversal. Eric Embry holds on that arm. Embry holds on to the arm. Crowd cheering for Manny Fernandez. Here comes Embry bouncing off the ropes. Oh, Fernandez high over the top. Embry catches him with an arm drag. Eric Embry holding on to the arm of the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Fernandez whipped into the turnbuckle. Oh, Embry Black flipped him as he caught him out of there. Now he arm drags him and holds on. Eric Embry holding on to the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Fernandez coming up. Embry. Holding on to Manny Fernandez. They back onto the ropes. It's Embry bouncing off the ropes over the top of Fernandez. He goes. Fernandez high in the air again. High in the air he goes again. And then a drop kick. A nice drop kick by the Raging Bull and a hip toss. Here comes Timms in. And Fernandez takes care of Embry. Timms decides, hey, I better stay out of here a minute. And Timms is complaining there was a little hair pulling. But it was all nice wrestling moves on the part of the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez. Eric Embry with the head scissors being applied to Fernandez, and you know how he got that when you saw it. Fernandez together slapped him. Oh, Fernandez just slapped him. Takes the arm down. Embry drops to his knees. Tags out, and here comes Al Perez. Perez is up on the middle ropes. Embry trying to get away, but Perez jumps right down in there. Al Perez holding on to onto the left arm of Eric Embry. And Timms has been unable to tag in for the Fabulous Blonde. Perez diving into the muscle of that left arm. Perez holding on to the left arm of Eric Embry. The referee tells Ken Timms, get out of there. You can't come in unless you tag in. Southwest Tag Team titles on the line here on Southwest Championship Wrestling today. Perez reverses it. Embry off the middle rope. He turned around to try to dive with that cross body block and knock El Perez down and get the fall. But Perez wasn't where Embry thought he was, and Perez was out of the way. Embry hit the deck, and the fans are going crazy. Perez holding onto that arm. Dropped a few knees in there, as you saw. He went high in the air. Punishing Eric Embry in the left arm. Embry has been unable to get over and tag out to Ken Timms, his tag team champion partner. Across the ring they come, and you saw Embry reach in there and smack Perez slapping. But when he went for the big elbow, Perez was not there. And there's Perez coming up with the arm drag. Perez holding on to the arm. Here's Timms. He finally makes a tag, and Perez is ready for it. El Perez holding on the arm of Ken Timms. Perez dropping those knees into that arm just like he did to the arm of Eric Embry. Here's the tag. The Raging Bull is back in. Dives into that arm. Fernandez pulling those arms of Ken Timms back and puts a boot right in the spine. Perez not wanting, that is, Timms not wanting to concede. That would cost him the title, and you know that the Blondes do not want to lose the title for the Commonwealth Army. All right, back into it he goes. Using that head now into the small of the back. Drops down. Has Timms down. There's a count. It's 2. Ladies and gentlemen, we're watching this match. Stay tuned. We'll be back with more as we take this commercial break. We'll be back right after this. Pick up the action again as we broke away. It's Manny Fernandez still in the ring against Ken Timms, the Raging Bull. Here's Embry sneaking in without a tag. Perez is going to come in. There's no tag. Perez is up on the middle ropes. The referee is tied up with Eric Embry. Perez on the middle ropes, but he can't get to do anything as Timms and back Fernandez into the corner. Now he takes him across the ring, and Fernandez got out of the way. Timms went in there with a shoulder, and Fernandez catching him out with an arm drag. Manny Fernandez. The referee tells El Perez, get off that middle rope, get back in your corner. There's a tag. Perez is now going back up on the middle rope. He dives. Ooh. Punishment being dished out to the Fabulous Blondes by El Perez and Manny Fernandez. If you're just joining us, this is a Southwest Tag Team title match. Perez Perez and Fernandez, the challengers. Trying to strip those titles away and bring them to the People's Army, but they've got a tough task at hand. Over the top went him. Timms, he thought he was smart, but when he turned around, he got drop kicked and then an arm drag, and Al Perez back in control. Al Perez holds on to the arm. Timms makes the tag. He whips Perez off. Over the top of Embry goes Perez. Oh, did Embry get high in the air? Big fist. Right to the forehead of Al Perez, and he's down. Raking the fingers around the areas of the eyes of Al Perez was Eric Embry. The referee makes him break. Embry and Timms going to try to do anything now. Backdrop. Both of them getting in front of Al Perez and taking high in the air. 1, 2 is the count on Perez. Perez bouncing off the ropes. And knee by Timms doubles him up and sends him flying through the air. Timms with an elbow. Perez down for a count of 2. Timms thinks it should have been 3, and it was awful close. Embry coming in. Double elbows. Al Perez knocked down. With a fist to the head of Al Perez. It was Eric Embry. One to the jaw. There's a tag. Bear hug. And then an atomic drop. Oh, Timms picked him up in the bear hug and then quickly put him into that atomic drop, and Al Perez is in bad shape. Fernandez reaches through the ropes and pulls him off. Fernandez coming in after Timms. He saved Perez that time. Now it's the Fabulous Blondes doing the choking across the way. The referee hears the roar of the crowd, and he knows something's happening. And he made him break. Timms got out. Embry stays in. Eric Embry. Forearm back, and then Perez coming up with a punch. Another punch. There's a tag as Embry had reached in behind. Perez did not see the tag. It's Timms coming in there. Embry thinks he's pretty smart, as he did make the tag, and Perez did not see it. Oh, Perez throws off Timms, who was doing a little choking. Perez with a kick. Perez with a kick. Timms is down. Perez is down. Embry has made the tag. Can Perez get over and make the tag? No, Embry intercepts him. Oh, Embry should have never done that. The Bull's a wild man, and when you really get to him like that, you better look out. But Perez is put out. Fernandez put out. Perez is being choked. Embry with a fist right to the midsection of Al Perez. Oh, Perez ducked that one. Drop kick, down goes Embry. He's close to the Bull. He better look out. The Bull owes him one. Eric Embry going for a pile driver. A pile driver. He's trying to get Perez up. He couldn't do it. Perez flips him over. Al Perez flipped him over. He makes the tag. In comes the Raging Bull, Manny Fernandez and Ken Timms, and they are laying some big ones. Timms bouncing off the rope. Fist to the top of the head. Manny Fernandez whipping. Timms back flips him off the rope. Manny dives in there with a headbutt. Oh, Ken Timms is down. Fernandez with an elbow. Knocks Timms down. He's got him covered up. Embry's in. Fernandez goes after Embry. Timms is being taken care of by Al Perez. It is... oh, they throw them together. Manny Fernandez goes after Embry. Embry goes outside the ring. He's running away. Embry is running out of the ring, and now he goes back in. Fernandez is right there. Oh, Manny Fernandez has knocked Ken Timms down. Alvarez still on top. It's 1, 2, 3. It's 1, 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen. 1, 2, 3 as Eric Embry running away. Fernandez come in with a shoulder. He has knocked Ken Timms down. Perez come up on top. It was 1, 2, 3. And Manny Fernandez and Al Perez are the new Southwest Tag Team Champions. The Blondes can't stand it. The Blondes can't stand it. There's Embry being thrown over the top rope. Perez is coming after Timms. Fernandez has the belt. Manny Fernandez with the belt. Embry is thrown out of the ring. Manny right to the top of the head. And Ken Timms is out cold. Fernandez takes the belt. He's out cold. Ah, he's going up on the rope again. Oh, here's the sheeper. Here's the sheeper. Oh, Fernandez falls across that top rope. He's hurt. Luke Williams is in there with that glove. Oh, to the top of the head of Al Perez. There's something in that glove. There's got to be. Now he's going after Manny Fernandez with that glove. These sheephunters are out for revenge. There's no doubt about that one. Fernandez in a bad way. Here comes the black glove. Here comes the black coal miner's glove. The black coal miner's glove is out. What's the sheephunter going to do with it? He's holding the arm of Fernandez. They're going to try to make Fernandez's arm. Comes Bobby Jaggers with an axe handle. Jaggers is going after the sheepherders. Jaggers cleans out the ring. But boy, Manny Fernandez and Al Perez, who have just won the Southwest Tag Team titles, they don't have the belts because the sheepherders run to the dressing room with them, and they are in bad shape. Bobby Jaggers, Tony Falk, Bobby Fulton out there, and ladies and gentlemen, the new champions in a bad way right now. We'll be back with another exciting match here on Southwest Championship Wrestling right after this.
For you here on Professional Big Time Wrestling, introducing first from Amarillo, Texas, weighing 250 pounds, ladies and gentlemen, the former World's Heavyweight Wrestling Champion, Dory Funk Jr. Also on the back of his beautiful jacket, West Texas State, a graduate from there. His tag team partner from Montreal, weighing 227 pounds, Pierre Lafitte. Their opponents, first of all, from Munich, Germany, weighing 260 pounds, Kurt Von Hess. His tag team partner from Indianapolis, Indiana, weighing 241 pounds, Bulldog Don Kent, along with his manager, Pretty Boy Floyd Reachman. Well, that's a lot of manpower in that ring, Mark Wood.
Well, you know, it's good to see Dory Funk here on television. I've always admired the Funks, Terry and Dory. I knew the father, Dory Sr., and I know how proud he was to have two sons to become world heavyweight champions. That's never been in the history of wrestling before. But they live, sleep, and breathe wrestling. They come from a wrestling family the same as I do. My brothers are wrestlers, and they're just groomed for it. You're groomed for a president of the United States. Just a simple hip toss by Dory Funk gets the people very excited against Bulldog Don Kent, who no one has any love for, and his partner Haspel. He's got the face that only a mother could love, believe me.
Well, it's a beautiful drag into the ring and a beautiful arm drag takedown by Dory Funk.
Did you notice how Dory Funk recovered from the tackle and quickly turned it into an arm drag?
Absolutely. It's a beauty in motion when he's in that ring wrestling. Now, both contestants, interestingly enough, got a lot of wrestling experience, wrestling in the NCAA in college. Pierre Lefebvre, one of them, of course, from West Texas State, Dory Funk Jr. And they are beauty in motion when it comes to wrestling in that ring. Beautiful body slam by Pierre Lefebvre. Nice arm drag takedown on Don Kent the Bulldog. Whoa, this is something a little bit different for Kent. He hasn't been in command yet since the opening bell. Now Kurt Von Hess's turn. Pierre Lefebvre, arm drag takedown again on Hess.
Another high arm drag by Lefebvre. Dory Funk asking for the tag and gets it. Now Dory comes in, sets himself on that arm. Hess arm drags him very smoothly. Funk gets up, backs towards the ropes, pushes his opponent back in, watching Hess very, very carefully, which I don't blame him.
Yes, Hess does not look like he's changed too much since the last time we had him here on Professional Big Time Wrestling. Super athlete then, apparently super athlete now. Wins a lot of his matches across this country and around the world.
Tremendous positioning on Dory Funk Jr. And Hess drives him again to try to get him up against the ropes. He's on a solid blow. Another elbow smash on the Dory. Dory turning his man around. He wouldn't take very much of that. And a high elbow. A good high elbow up. And another lifting elbow. Drops him back. And now he tags the Bulldog.
Now we saw a couple of elbow smashes, a high elbow knee lift, etc., etc. Mark Lewin, what does that feel like when you're in that ring wrestling? Somebody lays something like that on you?
Well, when Dory Funk Jr. was world champion, I had the occasion to wrestle him in Miami, Florida, and I felt his elbow smashes. They're pretty rugged, I'll tell you. He's got tremendous balance, and he drops a good elbow across the Bulldog's throat, covers him up for a count of 1 and 2, almost a 3 count. Bulldog better be careful.
Dory Funk could get a 1, 2, 3 very quickly, I'm sure. Doesn't make any difference who he's against. He does it so smoothly and beautiful. Tag is made, and now Pierre Lefebvre comes in. We've got quite a tag team action here for you. All 4 contestants, very admirable in that ring, and victory could come at any time, on any team, from any contestant. We carry it a little further. We've got some great talent in there.
You know, when you pit 4 men this size in a wrestling ring, you realize the weight you have in there, especially when 4 men get in action. But honestly, single combat is where the real test, man against man. Supposing you had Bulldog Don Kent against Dory Funk Jr., you would have no rest periods. You'd have them facing one another. No timeouts, just man against man. And the Bulldog's face is red. It's red as a beet, and the sweat's starting to pour down his face as he's working over Lefebvre. Hess driving in a punch. Dory Funk Jr. waiting to get into the action, holding Lefebvre down. Now pulls his hair. Dory won't stand for much of that. The Creechman trying to get in there to distract the referee. Another solid elbow.
Creechman standing on that apron had a couple of words to say to the Bulldog Don Kent a moment ago. Tag is made now. Kent will come in against Pierre Lefebvre. Now Creechman has a few words to say to Pat Shane, the referee. Pat Shane won't take any talk either. He'll tell him to get out of there very quickly. Good referee, Pat Shane. Tries to keep the rules correct in there.
There's the hair again.
Pat Shane saw it. He asked for a break quickly.
Flying mare.
Well, that's a heavy knee right across the throat of Pierre Lefebvre. Kent puts that knee up right into the chest of Pierre Lefebvre, driven in there by Von Hess. Double teaming. Now Von Hess comes out. Count is given for Dory Funk. Get back in there in that corner.
Dory wants in on that action. That's for sure.
Look at Creechman down there laughing. Pretty boy Floyd. That's another good mark of tag team wrestling by tagging in and out very quickly. Gives their partners time to rest and get a quick breather.
Oh, look out for this one. Oh, tremendous headbutt into the midsection. Now he tags the Bulldog, who's showing no mercy either. running in, driving into LaFife. LaFife better try to get to his tag team partner. Dory Funk waiting for the tag. He just about got it, just about making the tag. From this angle here, it only looks like a short distance. Short distance. Here comes Creechman. Dory made the tag. He made the tag. He's coming. Oh, the referee did not catch the tag. Shoving Dory Funk out. Now both men working on LaFife.
Pat Shane did not see the tag. He's not letting Dory Funk come in. That's always interesting to me because then the other team has a chance to double up. Once again, Von Hess pulled that arm back away from Dory Funk. I didn't see a tag that time either.
No, there was no
Dory
tag
just
that
came
time. The Bulldog came in now, shoving LaFife to the concrete. Dory Funk going down the system back into the ring.
Dory Funk Jr., a very popular athlete throughout this world. Crowd, when they first saw him walk through the studio, went wild.
And there's Creechman holding on to his tights. He better be careful. If LaFife or Dory Funk turn around and nail him, it'll be curtains for him. Now Funk moving in again. Referee knocking him out. Creechman holding on to him. The German is pulling his hair. Hess is chopping down on him. Referee looking.
Now, Mark, I know you don't like what you're seeing, and I see there on occasion you want to get up and do something about it.
Boy, it got me dancing right in my seat here, I'll tell you.
That's right.
You can imagine how Dory feels. You don't want to let his partner down. The main thing is to be able to rely on your tag team partner. Now he throws him into the turnbuckle. Hess working him over. I hate this Hess guts. Oh, he reversed it, and he's made the tag with Funk. He's made the tag, and here comes Dory Funk Jr.
Pat Shane saw it this time. It's legal.
High throw. A good elbow smash into the Bulldog.
He throws him into the
Bulldog. A big high slam. He slams the Bulldog.
We got Von Hess and Pierre LaFive on the far side of the ring wrestling on the floor.
Outside the ring, there's action too, but Dory Funk Jr. throws down, 10 out. Now he's got a hold of Hess, and he's going for the suplex. A high suplex, and there it is. He suplexed him, and he's covered him. No, he hasn't covered him. He's jumping on his face. What a beautiful move, and he's giving it to him good. Come on, Dory. Beautiful elbow smash. Come on, Dory.
That looks like he could be able to
Dory. Here comes down. Down kept the Bulldog. Now he throws the Bulldog in. A high backdrop. Sends him hurtling through the ropes. And Dory Funk has proven that he's a champion in all respects. Flying mare. Hits the ropes. A big elbow. Oh, he misses the elbow. Hess up on his feet. Moving in on Funk. Funk in a little bit of trouble. Drives his head into his knee. The Bulldog coming in.
Well, I thought it was about time, and I thought that Dory Funk Jr. would get the count 1, 2, 3 very quickly. Oh, the change of events here on professional big-time wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't take long.
This is real hard competition.
Well, look at the caliber of men you have in that ring, Mark, like we talked about before. You have 4 superstars here doing battle.
Funk in a little bit of trouble, he's staggered.
Oh, trying to pick
small package. It's a beautiful cradle.
The referee's got to put a stop to that.
Yes, he does.
The referee's got to put a stop to that. Dory Funk is bleeding. He's bleeding.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
We got to put a stop to this.
Wrapped around the fist.
They've cut him wide open.
A bulldog down kick.
Come on.
Here on the fight now, trying to get kicked. Now the referee's
They're still working on Dory Funk Jr. Somebody has to put a stop to this. Somebody has to put a stop to this. And there's Terry Funk. There's Dory's brother.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Lewin is going to get into the fray as well. Terry Funk runs into that ring. Trying to help out his brother, Dory Funk. Dory falls to the canvas. Mark Lewin in there now with Terry and Dory. Dory hurt brutally by Bulldog Don Kent. had the chain wrapped around his knuckles. What a vicious animal he is. Well, that's where the Bulldog name comes in for Bulldog Don Kent. Mark Lewin is asking for some bandages or something from somebody here in the audience. Dory Funk is still dazed, tries to get to his feet, immediately falls back to the canvas. A t-shirt now has been provided by one of the fans. It'll go around the head of Dory Funk until we can get him out of here and get some first aid to him. Mark Lewin in there with Terry Funk and Dory Funk. And Dory says, well, maybe I can make it out. Terry trying to help him at the hands of the brutal Bulldog Don Kent here on Professional Big Time Wrestling. Well, we haven't seen an injury this bad in quite some time, ladies and gentlemen, on Professional Big Time Wrestling. And we apologize along our network. We try not to have this type of an injury, but sometimes it can't be helped, I guess. Look out, here comes Bulldog Don Kent back in. Oh, he's going in against three big men now. When you want to mess with Mark Lewin and Terry Funk and Dory Funk, look out. Dory tells Terry to get out of the way now. Here comes Austin Idol. Oh, what's happening here on Professional Big Time Wrestling? The chair is thrown in by Mark Lewin. Pat Shane trying to keep order and telling everybody to get out that does not belong there. Dory Funk wants Bulldog Kent into the ring right now. Austin Idol from Las Vegas, Nevada, standing at ringside. He came back in with Bulldog Don Kent. Terry Funk wants Kent to get back into the ring against Dory. Great wrestling family, as Mark Lewin told you earlier. Dory Funk Sr., great, great man. It was always exciting to watch him wrestle. Just a very short time remaining in this segment of Professional Big Time Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, Dory Funk back on his knees, waiting for Bulldog Kent to come in. But our time has expired from this segment. We'll be back, ladies and gentlemen, after this. Don't go away.
Introducing from Stuttgart, Germany, at a weight of 288.5 pounds, Baron von Raschke. Bobby Heenan demands silence while his men are being introduced. The Baron's partner from Houston, Texas, at 315 pounds, the self-proclaimed king of heavyweight wrestlers, Ernie Ladd. And they are managed by the one and only pretty boy, Bobby Heenan. Fans, our special referee for this match, Sam Miniker. Introducing the opponents from Abruzzi, Italy, at 265 pounds, the international champion, Bruno Sammartino. From Reno, Nevada, weighing 258 pounds, the world's most dangerous wrestler, Dick the Bruiser. This is Tom Mathis at ringside while Sam Miniker is refereeing in the ring. The action has started already. Sam is going to have his hands full, that is for sure. Four of the largest, toughest, roughest, strongest wrestlers in the world are in that ring. Legally only two at a time. The Bruiser and the Baron leading off. What an exciting match this is already. Side headlock on the Baron by the Bruiser. Body block. Bruiser taking over completely in the first fall of the match. Here comes Dick the Bruiser right down on the solar plexus of Baron von Raschke. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a best 2 out of 3 falls match to a curfew. The curfew, of course, being the end of our television broadcast. Sam is being pushed around by Ernie Big Cat Ladd right now. That's something he's not going to stand for. Bruiser pouring it on. Von Raschke trying to get back to his corner to tag Ladd. Bruiser's in complete control. Kick to the stomach by the Bruiser. He's trying for a pin. Doesn't look like he'll be able to pin because of that leg on the rope. So the referee forces Bruiser to break the hold. And Sam just dealt with manager Bobby Heenan. This is a rough kind of a match to referee. Sam Miniker has his hands full tonight. There is no way one man can watch 4 wrestlers and a manager. Ernie Ladd trying to get bad with Sam. It's Bruno and Ernie Ladd. Bruno Sammartino, one of the world's strongest wrestlers, pouring it on Big Ernie Ladd. There's a pin. Wasn't effective. Ladd's leg was outside of the ropes. That is out of the ropes. On our table. Sammartino and Dick the Bruiser in the ring. Their opponents outside the ring. Bruno pouring it on Big Ernie Ladd right now. Bruno trying for a pin. Ernie Ladd's leg again outside the rope. The pin cannot take place. Sam gives Ernie Ladd a fast count. Baron von Raschke's in the ring now, illegally. The referee tries to force him out. This is a no disqualification match, ladies and gentlemen. You can see what Ernie Ladd is doing. He has that thumb wrapped in tape. And while the referee cannot view it, he turns his opponent around and gives him that thumb right in the throat. Bruno may be in a little bit of trouble now. Oh, there's a vicious chop by Baron von Raschke. Sammartino moves out of the way. That'll teach the Baron. Dick the Bruiser coming back into the ring. The Bruiser is excited. The Bruiser's going wild. Ernie Big Cat Lad in the ring now. The Bruiser's handling him. Looks like all the action's going to be outside of the ropes. A headbutt between Ladd and Von Raschke. Bruiser and San Martino at this moment in control of the match. Bruno is after Heenan. Heenan has no intention of being caught. Who could blame him? There's a try for a pin by the Bruiser, and Heenan illegally comes into the ring. A backdrop by the Bruiser on Von Raschke. Here's the pin. Pin Baron Von Raschke in the first fall, everybody. Baron Von Raschke is really angry over that decision. He's protesting. There's nothing he can do. The referee is in charge. Fans will be back in just 1 minute. Please stand by. All right, fans, the second fall is just now getting underway. Von Raschke going after the Bruiser, but he's not effective at pushing the Bruiser's head into that turnbuckle. Heenan is going after Bruiser from outside the ropes. Look at that. Heenan and Von Raschke together were unable to force the Bruiser's head into the turnbuckle. Bruiser retaliated against both men. They are out. Heenan on our television table right outside of the ropes. The Bruiser back in charge again. A backdrop by the Bruiser. Von Raschke doesn't want it anymore. Look at him get out of those ropes. Raschke has to the count of 20 to return inside the ring. If the count is interrupted by one of the other wrestlers, it must restart. There's a double kick to the solar plexus of Von Raschke. Bruno tried for a pin of the Baron. Ernie Ladd brought that to a halt. In time. Bruno Sammartino in charge all the way of the Baron. It looks like it's impossible to go for a count. Hard to pin a man when you got his partner right outside the ring who comes into the ring illegally. They're trying to find a way to deal effectively with Bruno Sammartino, one of the world's strongest wrestlers. Ernie Ladd in the ring now, and there is some discussion about whether or not a tag was made. Bruno tagged the Bruiser, so the Bruiser's coming in. Look at the Bruiser handle Ladd. 315 pounds of tall Texan. The Bruiser wants a little bit of Heenan and a little bit of Von Raschke at the same time. Sam doing an outstanding job of refereeing a tag match with four of the biggest, strongest, roughest, toughest wrestlers on earth. That ought to make Ernie think twice about wanting to go a bit with the Bruiser. Punishing arm hold with the Bruiser is administering now to Ernie Ladd. Bruno Sammartino adding his comments. I don't think the Baron's blow was that effective with the Bruiser. Ernie Ladd calling for help. He wants one of his teammates to come in to assist him. How much more of this he can stand, I don't know. The referee asking Ernie if he wants to give it up. Introduction. Ernie Ladd meeting Baron von Raschke, courtesy of the Bruiser and Sammartino. That ring buckle is a hard surface to come in contact with, let me tell you. And so is Bruiser's fist. Bruiser trying for a flying mare. There we go. Von Raschke reaching over the ropes, interfering. Sam Lineker, the referee, trying to pull Von Raschke off Bruiser. That's illegal. Von Raschke can interfere outside of the rope. I can guarantee you, referee Sam Lineker is not going to take anything in this match off of manager Bobby Heenan. Heenan is angry. He's tossing chairs around like a small child throwing a temper tantrum. He is mad. Ladd's thinking it over. Ladd's thought right now probably is, what do I do to get even with the Bruiser? One thing for sure, that terrific punishment has slowed Ernie Ladd down just a bit. The Bruiser coming in to dish out more. The tag team rope has been wrapped around Bruiser's neck. Ladd is using that rope to try to strangle the Bruiser. Bruno's in the ring trying to pull Ladd off. There's mayhem in the ring now, ladies and gentlemen. 4 men in the ring. One. That punch was meant for the Bruiser, but it didn't work out. So Heenan will learn not to get too close to the ring anymore. Baron trying to take over. Trying to take charge. The Bruiser won't have it, though. There's a back. Give that Baron hit hard and solid. When you get pasted by Dick the Bruiser, you're pasted. Comes Ladd. What is Ladd after? Ladd has the microphone. A Renaissance microphone around Bruiser's neck. Strangling neck. Here comes Bruno Sammartino trying to break it up. Sam right in the middle. Von Raschke beating on the Bruiser. While the corner with the microphone cord, and now there's Ernie Ladd wrapping the cord about the referee's neck. Heenan in the ring administering punishment to Sam. Referee Paul Mitchell has entered the ring to assist, and Ralph Hamilton is helping too. It's a mayhem in the ring. 4 men in the ring now. Sam Menaker needs help. He was clobbered with something by sneak Bobby Heenan, who went in while Sam was trying to free Bruiser from the microphone cord. They're trying to help Sam out of the ring now. The action is heavy in the ring. Ernie Ladd on top of the Bruiser. That count was made by Paul Mitchler, the standby referee who entered to take over when Sam Menaker was disabled by pretty boy Bobby Heenan. That fall goes to the team of Ernie Ladd and Baron von Raschke. It was certainly an exciting fall. Fans, we're rapidly running out of time. This match has a curfew of the end of the television broadcast. After being strangled by the microphone cord, Bruiser apparently was easy to pin by Ladd. Bruiser has tremendous recovery powers there. Sam Menaker, our TV commentator, was the special referee of this tag team match, a special match with no disqualification. Sam was disabled in some manner by Bobby Heenan, who sneaked through the ropes and attacked Sam from the rear while he was trying to free Bruiser, who had the microphone cord tangled about his neck. What Heenan used to hit and disable Sam Menaker with, I don't know, I couldn't see, but it must have been something. Sam is receiving treatment now from our first aid technician. Seems to have a cut cheek or cut eye. Sam's being assisted up now. Going to try to help Sam down off the table, ladies and gentlemen. That's just about it for All-Star Championship Wrestling. Tom Mathis filling in for Sam Menaker while he refereed this special match. We'll be with you again next week.